Are we gonna do a previously on?
We're going to do that.
I think
yes,
we need it for sure.
Yeah. So.
When last we met our heroes.
Hero is a strong word for me, but I'll take it.
I was about to say, yeah.
Our ragtag crew of misfits. Okay. We're live. So they're like, what? What are we doing?
Oh, Lapika, switch your name over.
Oh yeah, I should do that.
Is she causing problems already?
Oops.
No. If she was causing problems, she would have been like, I don't need to do that. I would do.
Don't sweat it. All right.
Bam.
Here we are for episode 2. I'm going to bring down the background volume because I can hear the noise of the ship. I don't need that right now. Episode 2, Alien RPG, the scenario Chariot of the Gods. Will they meet one tonight? Who knows? But we are going to do some introductions here of what they can and can't say, and then who you are, tell us who your character is, anything else you'd like everybody to know about you on the interwebs. And then I'm going to ask one of them to see if they can do a recap, or you can just do it by committee, of what happened all last week and where we find the characters at this moment. So we will start at the top of the overlay with the Captain du jour, Miller. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Marini. It's looking like in the next couple weeks I may be able to tell you what I'm up to, but still on strike. So I'm mostly just on the strike lines these days. Yeah, I'm excited for what's coming up. And I feel like if we're going to do a recap, Wilson might just have to submit a corporate report, you know?
True.
Don't tempt me.
That's true. Davis, you're next.
Hey, I'm Nick Jordan. I am an actor and a game master. I am also on strike from acting, not game mastering. And we're playing Alien, and I'm excited to find out whatever is definitely dead and not lurking in any abandoned labs on this ship.
And who are you playing?
I'm playing Davis, the pilot.
The pilot. All right. Next up is Rye.
Hi, I'm Daniel Harry. I'm also an actor on strike, also a gamer. And Rye is a roughneck, one of two roughnecks on the Montero. And she's pretty bitter. Yeah, that's her in a nutshell.
Okay. All right. Next up is Cham.
Hi y'all, I'm Lapika Shah, she, her. I play Cham, who is the other roughneck on board. She is not super bitter, but she's very practical. I am also an actor on strike, and so you can also find me on the picket line in New York. SAGafterstrike.org, please join us. But a thing I can talk about, because I'm not on strike with my other union, it was just announced that I will be in Milwaukee starting next Monday. So next Monday I'll be chiming in from Milwaukee to do a play at Milwaukee Repertory Theater. So if you are there, please join us for
What is it?
The Juicy Dialem for Murder, a new adaptation. So I'll be exercising some other muscles for a while.
Wilson.
Hi, my name is Maya Murphy. I am also an actor and gamer in New York, and I'm also a frequent co-host on the podcast Scream Queens. Coming up next, we have an episode talking about the film Starry Eyes. But yeah, New York City, waiting for the AMPTP to sort some stuff out.
And who are you playing?
Oh, I'm playing Wilson, everyone's favorite Wayland Yutani rap.
All right, and folks, I'm Duff563, or Lord Praetor on the Praetor's Judix channel, and Praetors and Riffs Astral Menagerie. We bring virtual content streaming program to the Gary Con world, along with the Gamehole Con world. 2 conventions that are up in the Wisconsin area celebrating RPG, D&D, whatever other trouble we can get into. And tonight, taking a break with this group to run a little Alien RPG. As you can tell, this doesn't look like no D&D, and it ain't. And so we're going to get started here. We played last week, so make sure the doobly-doos and all that, or go check out episode 1 to see what they are in the midst of. But like I said, we could roll a die and see who do it, or if y'all can just want to we just kind of need to know what's going on, where y'all at. We can start with Miller, since Miller's in charge, or
I think we should just take a second.
She can delegate, pull rank on somebody. But what happened last week?
Well, we thought we were going to deliver some somewhat volatile canisters of
helium-3.
Thank you, of helium-3. And we're instead overshot our destination to explore the USCSS Chronus, which is a research ship that has been missing for 75 years. And upon arrival, our expert pilot Davis managed to avoid smashing into said ship. Thank you, Davis. And we have gotten aboard, and it's not looking so great on the Chronos.
Thematically, I do think it's really creepy that the name of the ship is Chronos, because he's the god that ate his kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have seen some creepy things
Which I'm sure is just a coincidence.
Yeah. We've found more bodies than we have heads, which is never a good sign.
True.
And also some blobby gloop things in the stairwell.
And some pods that
glow.
definitely won't birth anything scary.
Definitely
It's just I don't know, what do we think it is? We think it's
mold.
Someone
mold.
left their pudding out once. Something.
Yes.
To be fair, we opted to go down the other stairwell, and we
Can't leave your
closed that
pudding
door
out.
real
Space.
tight.
We did.
Right. We did. Once Game Mother twice said, "So you're gonna go over those?" And then we were like, what's on the other corner? More stairs? Let's do the other stairs.
More stairs!
Anytime he starts smiling too much, we rethink what we're doing.
Absolutely.
That's true. I usually will play poker fairly well, but not in this scenario. I know it too well, and I just love what the decisions and knowing what's behind one of the curtains there. What else? Anything else about the ship so far, or anything other details you want to share with
It's a
our
science vessel.
viewers? It's a
It's
science
a science vessel.
Right,
The
we had to
Chronus is a
spacewalk
science
over.
vessel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yes.
noticed that there's a fine layer of frozen soot.
Yes,
Over
there was a
everything.
fire aboard,
Yes.
which is
Something-
always
And
And
good
it got
when
very
they're-
cold. Fire
It got
and
very cold.
ice.
Fire and ice. And that some doors that we have encountered have these very large, what look like claw marks, but nothing we know is that big.
That's true. You did try to go find the crew down to the cryo tubes, and were unable to access the door.
We did that.
Power. There is minimal. There's just a baseline of minimal power in the ship, so that has been able to keep the gravitron. Gravity is there, so that you're not floating around everywhere. And let's see what else has happened with the group.
we've also
time-
slowly started to run out of air.
Because every time we talk too much, Game Mother has us roll for air. It's rude.
And we're actors, so we talk too much every time.
And this is Miller going, yes, way to punish the players for wanting to RP by making them roll oxygen rolls. Well, sorry.
He's not.
Not sorry.
sorry.
That's
So-
Alien.
Not at all.
That's Alien.
It's Alien.
Alien's not a long narrative-driven movie.
So they know that right at the moment there is no atmosphere inside the ship, and that's something to look at. The pods were kind of watermelon shaped, that looked like mole because they'd actually grown in some of the grates. There were some just kind of sitting on the floors of the stairwell where y'all went in there, but a couple of them were actually embedded in the grate and all that.
Perfect.
And y'all backed away from that. You did find a headless, someone, unfortunate soul was in the hallway.
Generous soul gave us their shotgun.
But he or she had blown off their head, and there was the arms and legs looked like they were like elongated a great deal because the spacesuits were pulled apart. Yeah. And trying to think that's it. So y'all have you've got some of your tools. You've kind of used those. Don't forget though, you do have I wasn't going to say anything last week because it's new kind of. You do have a motion tracker, so don't forget that.
Yes,
okay?
I haven't forgot. I thought about using it, but it's I think it only has so many uses.
It's just like the oxygen. You make a roll, and as long as you don't roll the failures, then the battery stays charged. But as you start to roll the failures, it goes down. So,
yeah.
And I think the last directive we left off on that Miller came up with was we're really hitting a dead end with so many of these doors, and it's wasting time just having the engineers try and roll and factor to get them open. So Miller decided that we would split up, and Rye, Cham, and Davis would go down to the generator and try and get that working, while Miller and Wilson checked out the labs. But we decided to, as a group, to hit the armory first before we split off.
That's right. You went back up to the generator or the reactor. There's a nuclear reactor that basically powering this ship.
Yeah, as if things couldn't get more hectic on this ship.
There's much safer.
At least we left the helium-3 on our ship, okay?
Yeah.
That's true.
Important to have both ships be able to blow up.
And so that's what it. Now you also did try to access this ship's mother, but you understand that is impossible because you need the actual access control card that is key to this ship to be able to enter her. You would also know that for the bridge also, unfortunately. Right. Yeah. So, but that's where we pick up the action.
Does Mother have her own sort of dedicated power generator, or is she just connected to all the other power on the ship?
That's Mother. That's actually a good question. No one has asked before. We will find out if and when that question is asked. That's actually a very good question.
Good job, Rye.
Yeah, good job.
That's why you're the technician.
You know what? Well done. Now,
questions like these is why we hired you.
That each of you still have a story point, because I was railroaded last week to give everybody a story point.
Railroaded?
Now, I was railroaded.
Sir, we can check the tape.
But I'm going to railroad that you must use it before the end of this session.
Copy you.
Okay.
Point of clarification. How does one use a story point?
It's basically like inspiration in 5e. You can use it to influence a roll or add a roll or re-roll completely. Or it's not. It's or even to change a little bit of an action. I really kind of want to do this. It won't be able to change the full arc of the story. It's not that kind of jumping the shark type deal. But it's just enough where I want to. Bad case. Worst case scenario or something, I need to redo this, and you use it. Because things are going to ratchet up, and I want to make it. So remember, the story point is for you to use as whoever RPs, and it's kind of a bonus for that. I usually give them out just like what we did. Everyone gets one, but I want y'all to try to use them to try. I'm going to be ramping up the stress here, So.
Oh, wonderful.
So if we were to use a story point to re-roll, would we take a stress point?
No. You would negate all that. Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So. Thank you.
Okay, so we're back up at, actually, y'all ventured down from the A deck to the B deck, and on the map that we are sitting here, we are in the junction of B1, and what are we doing, crew? Game on.
Miller.
So we should check at the armory first before we do anything else. I don't like what we've seen so far.
Do I need to open this door, or is it already open? Exit.
It is not open.
Shall I open this door?
Chan.
I think you should open the door.
On it. Let me do my heavy machinery roll. Am I remembering correctly?
This one, actually, thank you. You do need to do a heavy machinery roll. Yep, thank you. So,
Thank
there's
you.
no power. Doop, doop.
Right.
Nice.
Keeping it together. So, boom. Now, don't forget, some of y'all have stunts, so make sure to check your logs, what you have, just so that you've got track of this, because those will also come into play when needed, when you do successes like this. So, you crank the wheel, breaking the, basically, the coldness is basically got this metal all solid, and you have to put your muscle into it there, Cham, and you pop it open, and the door will open up as you turn the internal wheel. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And there you are, moving to the hallway.
I'm going to go first out the hall, and I know we want to go into the armory, so I got to roll again.
There's
I'm going to use one of
my
my stunts to open the door, actually, because I have 4 of them.
Perfectly
So I'm going to do that.
Okay. You open it up, and you can step into. It looks like there's some junk on the ground. Many of the lockers are open. Not
The
all
symbols that are in the two north rooms.
So
what are those symbols?
Those are basically escape pods, and they are empty.
Okay.
The entire pod is gone?
The entire pod is gone. Both of them that are there.
Odd.
Oh.
Is there Game Mother as a pilot? Is there any kind of like computer console or thing I'd be able to check to see like when the escape pods were fired off?
It's dead right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
But
dead
there is most certainly.
Great.
You also, as you move and look like that, you hit something on the ground with your foot. Because you remember, y'all are still in your spacesuits. No, you just hit it. You carry kind of like a little rolling of something on metal, and you look down, and it's actually a case of shotgun shells. So for 1 reload. So whoever.
Who
that's
has the
me.
shotgun?
I have the shotgun.
So you could go turn on 1 check mark if Davis wants to give them to you. So.
Well, yeah. Hold on a second. I think I pick them up, and Wilson, do you say the give him here or whatever you just said?
Say, I'll take that. Thank you.
Yep.
Davis is gonna hesitate and look to Miller.
I'll say, let's see if there's any shotguns before we.
I have a shotgun.
There might be more.
You're withholding ammo because you might find a theoretical additional weapon.
Well, we're in the
you check
armory.
this corner out with me.
Let's sweep the armory, and then we'll hand out ammunition.
Great, let's sweep the armory.
Miller sweeps the armory as they're talking and all that. Yeah, 2 things come out. First is one of the lockers is locked. The rest of them are unlocked, and you open them up. There's nothing in it, but one is locked and will not open.
Hey, Cham, you want to see if you can force this door open?
Yeah, let me use my cutting torch. Is that heavy machinery? Heavy machinery roll, or can I stunt it open?
I'm not even going to make you even use it right now.
I'm just really strong.
You are.
I know.
Chan walks right up, and a little flick of the switch, and just a couple of seconds, whip, right through the lock, and the door opens up. Inside is a single M4 1A pulse rifle with 1 reload. Ew. It is your handheld machine gun, as you know so well.
I'm going to pick that up and love on it for a second.
I'm going to put it in the party sheet. It is in the gear.
Let me open my
party sheet.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh no, where's
And
my
it has
party
one
sheet?
reload.
Oh, my party sheet is not showing up.
Click on it's the three little person icon in the upper right hand corner. Okay.
There we
Okay.
go.
Can I have the shotgun shell now, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing personal there, Wilson. You know, all as a Wayland Yutani rep, you should know all requisitions got to go through proper channels. You know, captain's
I
orders
said,
and all that.
please, Davis.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Cap, you want me to
Also-
hang on to this?
If
Cap, you
Miller,
want
I
me to
mean, if
hang on to
Miller
this
gives
view?
the nod, Davis will hand it over.
Miller gives the nod.
Davis tosses the shells to Wilson.
Thank you.
Cap, you want me to hang on to this butte?
Yes. Why don't you do that?
All right.
What are we all? Miller's gonna just survey. So we've got Rye's got a flamethrower.
Right.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Wilson's
That
got a
sounds right.
Yes, he does.
shotgun. Cham's got a torch and an assault rifle. And what are you holding, Davis?
I have a harpoon gun.
You have
I
a
also
harpoon.
didn't I
Dude,
give
I
Prime
have
a
a
bolt
Ahab
gun
up
as
here.
well?
Yeah.
There's a bolt gun floating around
I
the
also-
party.
I
Oh,
also have a
Cham.
I think
bolt
that's
gun.
Cham.
Cam, my
Yeah,
bad.
I've got a
All
bolt
you
gun.
roughnecks look the same to me. That's
Cham,
my bad.
I'm gonna ignore that comment.
Yeah. Woof.
Rye's got the harpoon gun.
Dave, I have the
Davis-
harpoon
Davis
gun.
has the
Davis
harpoon
does.
Okay.
What
I
else
don't
do
know
we
why
find?
we have a harpoon gun.
Which really, I think it's supposed to be. It's like a grappling thing. It like, isn't it? You shoot it and you can use it to get across, but also like pull things to you.
Oh, I see.
I don't
So,
know. This feels like
yeah.
a Batman
And
item.
when
Cham,
when
It is.
Cham, why don't you
What's
hand the bolt cutter to Davis here?
The bolt color or the bolt gun? The cutting
bolt
torch or
gun
the bolt
part.
gun?
The bolt
Yeah,
gun.
yeah. Sounds good, Cap. I'm putting it
I
back
think,
in the
uh,
party sheet.
Space whales are
I'm
going to
not.
run
I'm
into
not.
us
I'm
right
not.
now.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
exactly.
anything we're shooting at. We want to get closer.
Now,
That's
as
right.
they're all playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo with the weapons and all that, and figuring what's going on, as they were looking through, they also noticed. We're just kind of all. At first, you thought it was just a trick of the light on the surface and all that, but most of the hallways you have seen and all that are covered with this black soot. But there is something else covering the wall in here, and it's white. It's frozen. It was a liquid of some sort, but it is, yeah, definitely white in nature, and it is like spray marks, as though it's something, like a blood splatter mark when something got hit, but it is white and it goes across the room in several directions.
Disgusting.
All right.
Right? Do you
What
have
were
a read
they-
on this?
Maybe some kind of a cryo explosion in here or something. They're trying to put out one of them fires.
Can I observe the white spray marks?
If you have,
Some banked observation stunts. In fact, I do.
Actually, I'm looking for medical.
Medical.
Hmm.
I can roll medical.
If you have the medical trait,
I've got medical.
then you
I
may roll
have
it.
medical
Cool.
as well.
Then you may roll it.
Also, Davis, I put the bolt gun back.
Ooh, and
in
a
the
medical
party sheet
stunt.
for you.
Okay,
Yes,
you got a medical
I've
stunt to diagnose.
Been looking for
this
it.
This is clearly, when you and the consistency of it's frozen, but looking at it and all that, you're fairly certain that this is synthetic blood that's sprayed across.
Ooh,
So
that's why it's white.
Are they called synthetics?
Yeah,
They're
Synthetic
yeah.
human.
Yeah,
They're
synthetic
synth.
human. Mhm.
Okay, so their synth got. Okay.
All right.
Hmm.
What are the
All
other
right.
weapons we see here,
That's
Game
it.
Mother? We grabbed, but there,
That
you
is-
said there were two other things that we noticed.
So you
was
notice
the
the weapon,
locker.
and then you
The
notice with the
weapons
blood. Yeah.
And the
mhm,
synthetic
yeah.
blood spray.
Got it.
All
Okay.
right. Let's
Uh-oh, Davis, you can't carry that bolt gun. You were
I
too-
cannot because it's overloading me.
Yes, because because of your strength and that everything else that you're carrying, you are over encumbered.
I'll hand. You know what?
I
I'll
really
hand.
can't. I
I'm a real-
really feels some kind of a strong personal connection to the harpoon gun on a. I really think this thing's gonna come in handy.
Then Cham, you can. Well, I'll take the bolt gun. I'll hand it out to whoever runs that ammo. Should that happen?
Let me get this back.
And the flamethrower needs oxygen, presumably, to work, right?
So do we.
It has a propellant can in it.
Oh,
Basically
okay.
It's propellant based, not oxygen based.
All right.
But it wouldn't fire in space, no.
But Wilson, if you want to give me your air supply to fuel my gun, you're welcome to.
Speaking
Thank
of air
you. I'll
supply,
take that under advisement.
speaking of air supply, before we go down, I'm not sure how long it'll take. The EVA suits are right across the corridors. Let's check that out and then go down a level and see if we can get this power back online.
Do you still want to split up?
Yeah, why don't you three go down? Wilson, we can take care of the power suits.
All right.
All right.
So
Got it.
I'm gonna go. So we can go back to Junction B1 and go down a level.
Mm-hmm.
Game Mother,
So
All
yeah,
right,
you
so
guys
I'm
are gonna go down a level. Wilson and I are gonna go to vestibule 2.
All right. So
Cham, will
gonna-
you
Sure.
will you just make sure this door opens before you head down?
you got it, Cap. Do I have to open both doors though? Oh no, we can go around.
No, you go around. Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we
no,
went
right
around.
now we're in free mode. I just if y'all make long moves and all that, I'm going to stop you to say to try to keep it together because of the
Yeah.
zones. Yeah. That's all.
I think I can use one of my stunts for machinery. I still have 3. So I use my stunt. The door opens.
Pop the door. Say there you go. And
Thank
walk
you.
off. Mhm.
Got it. All
Okay,
right.
so
Do you wanna meet back at a certain place at a certain time?
We'll come down as soon as you three just get started assessing,
Copy.
and Wilson and I will grab what we can from in here.
All right. Copy. So
Okay.
I'm gonna lead the way down the stairs, and ride. Davis, you with me?
Yeah, I'll follow right
Yes.
after.
Okay, so Rye, Davis, and Cham.
I need to open my deck 3 map.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. And there is Davis. Oh, come here, Davis. You're moving around. I gotta grab you. Okay.
No, I need this other one to
Everybody
go
will get
away.
the map. The other two, y'all can disclose or whatever. But there is map 3. So we will start. Let's go back. Well, so you guys are headed down to.
They're going down to
Deck C.
Deck C. Okay.
Deck C
Yeah,
that's as far as the shaft goes. Only one level,
All right.
because right below y'all is the main cargo hold of the ship.
Okay.
And so,
Got it. Okay.
yeah, okay.
And we're trying to go specifically. I'm sorry. We're
To
trying to go
the
specifically.
reactor, right?
Reactor
To
to
the
turn the
reactor.
power on.
Get the power back
So
on.
that's like
You're on
we're
the
trying to go a ways.
You're trying to
Am
go
I-
south.
Am I
Yeah.
making this up, or did we hear something below last time?
Yes, so
We
thank you
did.
for reminding. So there's
Sure
a clanking
did.
noise that was in when you went into the stairwell for the air shaft and the scrubbers and all that. You heard a clanking noise down in that area, and so you're not sure what it is yet. But because you got to remember that the air shaft scrubbers and all that, it's electrolysis system that basically some rods are in water and they fire off and create electricity, which then statics the water, all the lovely science vernacular and all that to create oxygen, and it's not working. So and those were the pods were in that up in at least on the second level, and they seem to be coming out of the shaft area. So, but you hear it, yeah. You can, and it's like I said, it is not consistent. Bam, and then it won't. It may be 5-10 minutes, and you're in there, bam, or and then so.
Yeah. Rise. Any idea what that is? Just like the ship settling? It takes 75 years or so to kind of settle down, or.
Yeah, let's say that for now.
So, y'all can make it out of the stairwell, and y'all can proceed toward. I will say, as you're walking and chatting, you'll make your way to the catwalk area. You may make your way to the T section of the catwalk. Let's just say you get there to the T
We get
section
on the
right
other
there.
side of the door.
Yeah, you're
All
fine. You get through the doors. I'm not making you waste those right now because you've got to go down and through. You're basically a catwalk. You're seeing. You can actually see down into Deck D now. And what you're going to notice,
we're looking down over like a railing.
Exactly. You're in a catwalk area. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Got
I
it.
see.
And
Cool.
what you're seeing, what you would have normally, they're like where they park the vehicles, the buggies, and equipment that would be used to take off loading, to land and do their scientific exploration. It's a mess down here. There's stuff tossed and turned over. There are a couple of ATVs there, and they are flipped up and bent up like they were in a shaker can, and there's beat all up. There's trash, there's cans and boxes and material just thrown everywhere. Looks like it's just dusty and iced over. It's like everything else. That's all you can kind of really tell from where y'all are at the moment when you shine your lights down and look in it. It's just a big mess down there, piles of stuff everywhere.
Yeah, how
How
far
far
down?
down is it?
I don't know, maybe 30, 40 feet to get down the catwalk. It's a fairly big. You got to remember, ship's pretty big, so.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, if it's housing vehicles, it's probably pretty tall.
Hey, Davis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is your rappelling rope tall enough to get down there and check it out?
Not in a spacesuit.
There's got to be. I mean, can we look around?
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be a way
elevators.
to get down.
There are elevators.
Yeah.
You'll
All right,
see
so we
that.
gotta get
aren't
the-
online though.
You got to get online. Yeah, you'll have to get online to get the elevators to go down because they're heavy
right.
lifting elevators to bring cargo up and down and supplies and things like that. But
So let's keep moving towards the reactor then.
yeah, well, I got you at the catwalk, so let me put y'all back there, and then we're gonna jump back to
Deck B.
Deck B to our lovely individuals. Let me bring that back so we can see. And this group hops into the EVA suits area. There are what do you want to know? So you walk in, the pods are gone. You can tell real quick that they've been ejected out also.
Okay.
There are two older, bulky EVA red armored suits still here, hanging from their, basically your suit up area where you kind of, plan to sit down and you can get dressed and all that. There are two here.
Do they have air canisters attached to them?
That's a good question. They would.
Can I detach them?
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
They don't fit your suit. They're older.
They're not compatible.
They're not compatible. But there are stations here. There are basically air refilling stations and all that for you to use to your suits that you can get to hook up. But you need power.
We
To
could
turn
top
them
our
on.
existing suits off
Good.
No, we need.
if
we
they
need-
get
if
the
we had
power kicked back on.
Correct.
It's like we're a soda stream. Delightful.
True.
I'll turn to Wilson and say, looking like most of the crew fled the ship.
The suits look perfect condition. They're actually, sorry, there's not two. There are three. Two.
3.
Yeah.
I'll
there
say,
are three here.
And
How's your air looking, Miller?
Oh,
my
yeah,
air's
she
okay.
make a roll for me. Thank you for asking. Wonderfully done.
Um,
Thanks, Wilson.
classic Wilson.
That's all five of you too. May make that roll.
Darn it!
What?
We weren't even
Blame
talking much.
blame the agent, the Wayland Utani agent, for this.
We do.
Am I not supposed to talk about the thing I am trying to currently correct for?
Perhaps you could use other words.
What if Let's see. Oh, what do we roll again for the suit? Is it under
It's
gear?
air. It's air. Yeah. Oh. Everybody's out. Everybody's losing them out of air.
Everyone's
all this hot air. Well, that is just a complete failure across the board there. All righty.
Wow, we're all at 6.
Yep.
All right.
Back to level C here. I gotta go back and forth these maps. It's funny. I haven't done that in a while. Okay. Y'all proceed on down. If you would like.
You guys will hear, as you guys are proceeding, you'll hear over your comms will say, there looks to be some air supply, but we won't be able to access till power's back up and running. We're headed down to you. There's a couple suits up here, but they're older make.
Copy. We'll move as fast as we can. I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, move on down. Move on down the catwalk. Strut your stuff. Okay.
Wilson and Miller will start heading down as well.
These suits don't make for strutting.
Yeah, you come in. Y'all can come in. Open the door, Cham, if you'd like to Junction C.
Junction C. Oh, that door here. Yeah. Can I just open it? Do I need to roll?
Pop it open. You can pop it open all the way to the last hallway down there. Okay.
All right. Last hallway.
GM.
So right outside.
Right here.
Right
just
outside.
Right there.
Got
right
it.
there.
All right.
What's that?
This large computer. Is this a computer terminal here?
It's a console, computer console to, communications and
which is also dead, right?
It's all they're all offline. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so y'all can move on down there, and then I hear that we'll have Wilson, and they're going to move into Junction. Actually, C. Oh, I brought you. Yeah, y'all are here. I brought y'all earlier. Okay, so everybody is back on the map. And y'all are moving down and taking your time following the breadcrumbs. You can follow exactly where they're at. You see, tracks as they're moving through. Okay, so they're up there. Let me just hold your horses down there. So
holding.
Yeah, you two get back there in that hallway. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll put y'all. Look at y'all.
Can I open the?
Well, so here's what happens. So y'all get into the hallway there. And hold on, I gotta find. There we go. Nothing seems amiss except for when you turn the corner to look down the hallway to the reactor control room. There, it's just barely discernible that there is a dull, pale blue light that flashes on and off every now and then. You just kind of see like a pop coming. There's basically what you believe is that there is a window in the door and something is shining through it, but it's really pale. That's all.
I'm gonna go over it. Can I go over and look through the window in the door?
You may now. Well, so you move up to the door. Yep, I'll move up to the door. It is frosted over, and it is. You can see that the ice frosting there, but the light is coming. There's something else covering the window, and it's not. You don't know what it is. It's diffusing the light that's coming from in the room. That something's flashing in there, but you can't tell what, because when you look at it, it's frosted. It's got frost, but there's something else covering the window.
Would the motion tracker work through a door?
You don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna try mine.
You're gonna try the tracker?
Yeah, why not, right?
Oh, you have a motion tracker as well?
I don't know.
There's only one.
I'm holding it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It disappears
we're coming to you.
We're on the way.
They're on their way. Okay, so yeah, so
Is there using an observation roll or stunt wouldn't really do much because it's just we can't see through the window.
You can, right? Yeah, you would assume it would have been clear, but it is not clear. So,
okay.
Where am I?
Hey, Cap, how far back are you?
We're coming down to the catwalk. What's going on?
All right. Well, we're outside the door to the, I think, is the reactor. But there's something inside we can't quite see. And given all we've seen, I'd love to see if the motion tracker can give us a sense of what we're walking into.
Can I make an observation roll?
I just asked that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. I mean, what do you observe? You can't see it. It's a film or something else along with the ice is covering the inside of the window.
Okay.
All right, Wilson and I are on our way. Hold tight. We'll get this thing going.
Yeah. When you come down the catwalk, just head straight through that next junction. It's the fastest way.
I make a show of trying to power walk in my puffy suit.
Y'all are basically making your way through. Y'all can move down to the catwalk area. Yeah. So yeah, Ed, as y'all are sitting there you begin to hear there's a whirring noise begins to emanate from the whole ship. And the ship
is that power?
Basically it's a hum, and then there's a vibration that begins to take place, rocking the ship, and you hear the ship compressing, the metal's creaking and popping and all that, and then all of a sudden the lights the hallway just completely just starts popping, boom, 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 right down the hallway. Yeah, and the catwalk, y'all are sitting there, all of a sudden lights just boom, 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 start popping up. You begin to feel you hear this banging noise that was coming from deeper in the ship back behind y'all where they're screaming. That becomes more intense. Bam, bam, bam. It's becoming more regular and all that. And y'all feel then a pull of full-on gravity basically hit y'all. And the ship is coming to life on y'all.
I thought you said you hadn't gotten into the room yet.
Rye, please tell me that was you.
Somebody flip something?
I'm gonna use the motion tracker.
Maybe the motion sensor is just a little laggy. Maybe the ship knows we're on it now.
So how do I use?
Rye, you sure you didn't work some
You
magic?
just flip it on. You can flip on the motion tracker, and
I'll flip on the motion tracker.
You should hear. Hopefully, y'all hear that.
Yep.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So where are you pointing it though?
I'll point it towards my compatriots, my crew.
You barely. So you pointed to where you think they are, and you will then kind of get a very faint detection of where they're at for a moment, and then you're seeing them, and all of a sudden it goes back to just stops, back to clicking.
So it's not working properly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna aim it at the air shaft.
Aim it back across, straight ahead, or up, so because it matters where you point it. Just
Where
so
was
you kind
the
of
source of the noise?
I mean, I think I'm
shaft.
I'm gonna go to the air scrubber shaft, but I think I am giving a. I think I'm doing a little.
Okay, so you basically make a
3-6
sweep of it. You
yeah.
point it toward the air scrubber shaft, and there is no movement. But then you do a small little scan. Now you'll need to make me a power roll here because it's going to take a little bit to do. But as you point it kind of back upwards to somewhere maybe behind, then all of a sudden you get, and then it goes back to
Upwards is the deck where we came from, right?
just upwards. Yeah, you can't seem to get a lock on it.
I want everyone on alert. There's something is moving.
Something.
Not one of us.
And yeah, you try to zone in on it, and then you completely lose it. It just goes back to not registering anything.
Any idea where, Cap?
Above, one of the upper decks. But
it's between us and the air.
What turned the reactor on? Are we in yet?
We have no idea.
Make me a power roll for the
I did.
Tracker, please. Okay. Oh, you did? I'm sorry. What the hell? Get that. Where is my finish grounds? What the hell? Get back. Oh, my God. I'm messing my finish grounds up. Get back over there.
Would I have knowledge of previous builds of ships and if they had any kind of automatic turn the lights on abilities?
That would be weird.
I'm weird.
Well, no, your thought on that. No, I'm just saying your thought on that is how did the ship shouldn't be alive?
Would the Roughnecks have heard of some tech like that from way back when?
No, you have to actually. What y'all know is you have to flip things on.
That's never been a feature. We've always been very low tech. No motion sensor for humans. Okay.
Not that you know of.
Yeah. Not that I know of. Love that.
It is a science vessel, so you don't know. Yeah.
Can Captain Wilson join us and scan behind this door so we can check out the reactor?
They could come down there. Well, they're basically so they're scanning. Well, actually, Wilson. Miller, you've been doing your scanning, so that's going to take a little time. Okay. So Wilson, you can either hang out and watch.
I hang out, watch the scanner.
Yeah, you're listening to the scanner, so that takes a little bit of time. And y'all also, you're hearing the whir, the popping. Then you also could the popping noise, bang, bang. It sounds metal. It's metal on metal. Something's popping down there in the screen.
Wait, all right, question. Since the power's on, could Rye and I go back to that computer terminal that was on the balcony and do some fancy investigating?
Well, I'll actually give y'all don't have one in the hallway. You could go back, but Wilson actually, and Mel, y'all will see that terminal is booting up.
I want to go see what I can get out of the terminal. The power's on. I'm close to the source of the information about movement. I would like to go see what this terminal says.
Move to the terminal. Basically booting up. It basically says U.S. Basically puts the ship name there. It's doing a calculation. You see the time and date stamp is kind of off. It's trying to. You see some numbers flickering. It's running through trying to determine what's going on. And then there is a kind of basically. Where's my? There's my. I need the mother background noise. Where's my typing? I have my typing noises. I should play those. The awaiting access terminal. The terminal boots up. It says, input, access code, card. It's waiting for someone to activate it. Basically, mother is waiting.
And in order to talk to Mother, we need an authority key card from this ship.
Correct. Or the correct access codes for Mother.
Delightful.
Yeah.
And there's no way to hack that? I'm thinking about Rye and her abilities.
To hack the terminal to make work, but to hack Mother is beyond your capabilities. Yes. Yeah.
But so this the console that Wilson's at is connected to Mother. We can't just that's not just a terminal.
No, it's terminal. It's waiting access to be validated. So it's booted up and it's ready to turn on it, because there are lots of functions. If you have the right codes, you can bring up commands, you could bring up ship logs, you could bring up what status is happening to the bridge. There's things but you have to. It's rebooted, and so it's waiting for it to be turned on or to be properly accessed to show information.
Now that the power is on, GM, this door that's in front of me, is this able to be opened?
Do you see the panel is sitting right there and a little button that says open me, and basically open and close, and they're both lit up.
Great.
But we still have that weird blue light on the other side?
There's a blue light that pops every now and then.
That's on the reactor relay control room.
Inside that room.
I'm talking about this door just north of me. I just want to try that to make sure that the power is working for the doors as well.
Opens right up if you push the button, if that's what you're wanting to do. Yeah. Yep.
Great. Yeah, I do.
Yep.
Looks like the doors are power's working out right. Doors are back online, Cap.
All right. I want to know what turned this on. Let's get.
You want us to go into the control room?
Yeah, we're coming to you now.
I want to know what the hell's running around above you, Captain. Wonder if that motor-
I'd like to know that too. But I'll feel a lot better when we know why this ship just turned on its own.
I roll my eyes and curse and go to join the rest of the party.
You walk right through, push the button, the door opens right up.
Doors.
And the ice kind of crackles, and opens up and kind of falls, the frost and all that.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's like I'm cracking open a new one. Thanks.
But I also just want to make sure, Cap, you're saying that there's something somewhere.
We don't know.
Us,
we don't know. Maybe it's the source of the
motion trackers,
clanking. Maybe
movement.
it's something stuck in a gear. We don't know.
Or maybe it's a thing that's been here for 75 years.
I mean, this was a
been here for
research
75
vessel.
years, then it's dead.
This was a research vessel, right?
It was.
I mean, there are labs.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many possibilities for us to know what's going on now. Let's get into this reactor relay control. I'll
scan
it.
This room? Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, now that the power's on, do we need to get in there?
If something can turn the power on, it could.
The open the door button. I am very tired of discussing this.
Yep, you hit it. The door opens up.
So Wilson goes first.
Yep.
I opened the door.
So Wilson needs to put herself or himself, right in front of the door. So yeah, what you're going to see, Wilson, is that what in God's name happened in this room? Normally a reactor control would be nice and tidy and the stuff would be all in order and all that. It looks like a bomb has gone off in here. Furniture and equipment is just tossed everywhere, papers everywhere. It is also half the room to the eastern side of the room. We'll say probably, I'll draw a line, but it doesn't really help because it's really not a line. We're going to say everything to the east of this line. You can see the ice and the frost is kind of there. There is off the panel something you can't see it from where you're at, but the light is coming on a panel that's you can't see the front of, but there's something blinking. But the cause also, if the ice that fell, the frost that fell to the ground, there is a pasty yellow substance covers the room, okay, along with the ice, okay, and that was what was covering the window of the door, okay.
It's the mystery yellow paste.
It's and it is, what the hell that is. This room is, it's a yellow white resin basically. That's covering the room. But to the west of this line, there is no ice at all. And you notice just barely that the reactor door, the shield door that is between this room and the reactor is wide open.
Oh.
That's not supposed to be open usually.
No, it's not supposed to be open.
Why don't you go check it out, Wilson? You have no respect for the chain of command, so be my guest.
I am the chain of command.
And you will see there's more piles of stuff.
Miller bristles visibly.
Wait a second.
To me, you're not.
Thrown down. Someone's oxygen levels are running a little too low.
I walk into the room.
So step into the room. That's fine.
Step into the room. I want to start looking through whatever I can get through the paste. Under the files, furniture, I am looking for an access card, and I want to know what's on the blinking screen.
Well, you step in, and you can see more into the reactor room, and there's so the door, there's more furniture piled. There's stuff in the reactor room. With the reactor, it's supposed to be empty, but there's stuff piled up in there. You can tell. It slowly builds up as you move it closer to the door, and then in the room you can see a bunch of stuff in there. This room is in horrible shape and of cleaning to even function or do
You're
anything.
exposing yourself to crazy amounts of radiation right now. You need to shut that door.
Yes, your suit will start binging. The Geiger counter will start dinging. There is radiation, yes, emanating from that room.
Is there a control to close that door? Is there something I can see?
Second here, yeah, and if you move toward it, the control is actually on the door itself. But you're going to need some help because there's a bunch of junk piled in the doorway. So the door is going to, it's going to have to be pulled out of there. There's a desk.
And I nimbly climb over the furniture barricade.
Rye gets in there to help.
Miller has sort of watched Wilson A, disrespect her in front of her crew, and B, storm in, and Miller will say, "All right, we can't have this open reactor. Everybody get in there. Let's get this door shut as soon as possible. Wilson, we're gonna talk."
Rye is already looking for a way to try
on
to
it.
Yeah.
Cam is
Clear the
moving
debris.
heavy pieces of furniture out of the way.
Let me make sure you understand. You have a possibility of damaging your suit because there's junk here. Your suits are, there's junk. It's metal, desk, furniture, and you're, just careful. So you know. Yeah. So you would know this. This is common sense. Is that what you're seeing? You better not puncture your suit.
But the quickest way to do this is for all of us to get involved to help.
Or you get the ship settled before you tackle. It's up to you. I'm not.
I'm gonna.
But
can I?
All right, well, that's what the captain said.
This is the room that the ship gets turned on and off from.
Do you understand that this room needs to be cleaned up and the reactor needs to be cleaned up to be able to bring the engines online?
Okay, all right.
Cap, can Davis and I start clearing stuff out while Rye tackles the terminal?
Rye, I need a comm tech roll from you.
If Cap says that's okay.
Let's clear what debris we can, see if we can get this door closed. I don't want to be in here for more than a minute. If we
Davis
can't get this door closed...
Yeah, Ryan, make a contact. Y'all, who's moving up closer to the door? Because you're also, your radiation indicators will start binging up a little bit. You're still under? Okay. Good, yeah. So who's moving toward the door to see? Because you're going to have to pull a bunch of stuff out. And you see that this room is filled with stuff, but it's true. I see Cham is down there.
I'm moving.
Who else is in the room?
I'm in the room.
Okay, so put yourselves in the room if you are, or you're standing in the hallway. One or the other.
I think Miller is going to be sort of looking both in the room and down the hallway.
Fine. So those who are, Rye, I have you gauge because that light indicator basically got your attention, and so you were rolling on that. I'll tell you what you found out in a second. The rest of y'all look in, and y'all look in here, and this reactor is humming, and the pile of stuff is massive, especially right in here. It almost goes all the way up to the ceiling, and y'all notice as you're looking in there with your indicator, the lights in the room are on, but you've got this room's kind of dark where the reactor's at. There's really no lights in there, but your lights are still on your spacesuit. There looks to be a crumpled up spacesuit. Fairly, it's kind of laying in the pile and all that. It's laying in the middle of it. The helmet is fogged up completely, from what you can tell, and it looks like it may have been set on fire at one point. You can see there's scorch marks covering most of the outer suit itself, and it's just laying in the middle of the pile.
That's bonkers.
And right behind it, you see, amazing, this is kind of weird, the self-destruct mechanism for the ship and all that is actually behind that pile for the ship. That is a little bit different for y'all. Not usually it's with Mother or in the bridge area and all that, but the self-destruct mechanism for this ship is clearly behind the pile on the wall.
Huh.
Now, the contact roll for Rye is that, you're looking at the control system outside this room. You will know, oh hell, to even gets the relay kind of really in line. The ship is powered up, but the engines are not going to function at all until this room and the relay and the reactor are fully back online. And you can see that the relay, basically it's like the power relays, the couplers are offline to all 4 engines. And to get those pods, get them active, means someone's going to have to go outside and do some spacewalking to get to the panel areas to reactivate the connections to send the power to each of the pod engines.
She will relay all that.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Have we gotten the reactor door closed yet?
3 days minimum of work.
What?
3 days.
Yes.
And we need everything online so that we can tow it. Right? That's
Right.
We
cannot tow this.
There's
We can't
absolutely
tow
no way that
We'd have to fly this back.
Montero can tow this ship. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay.
No way, no how.
So,
Am I
step
able
one,
to
we gotta
close
get the
the
door shut.
So
Right. What's our progress on closing this door to the reactor?
So who's up at the door, going to pull stuff away?
So
Cham
that had
went-
to be because Wilson was the deepest one in. That was Wilson, Davis, Cham. We're all like, we got to move this stuff now and drag Wilson back in and get this closed. We've been working on that while Rye's been on the computer.
Okay, so the 3 of y'all move up to the door.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything, but I don't take the commands, okay? So y'all are at the door. This is Cham, and Wilson pulls in there, and Davis, and Rye's over there, and Miller's watching. Yeah, so y'all are basically trying to wedge stuff out. You're pulling paper. There's some chairs. There's utensil there. It's just lots of junk, and it's stuff that doesn't belong in this area at all. Just letting you know, okay? Y'all are doing that and moving it out, and all of a sudden, y'all are turning and moving it and lifting it out, and all of a sudden, just like you've seen, there is it's a canister, goes ting ting ting, kind of just falls off the pile and rolls right to y'all at your feet. It's an empty air canister. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Just rolled off the pile.
Just an empty air canister.
Okay.
Can I
I'm gonna
roll
keep
agility
working.
to catch it?
Stop it with your foot if you want. Yeah, go ahead. Yep. Okay, it goes kink, kink, kink. Yep. You stop it with your foot. You just stop. Yeah. Oh no! I see a twitch. A nervous.
I'm not twitching.
Wilson
I didn't
twitches,
twitch.
and the stress level of everybody in that room goes up
Wilson!
one.
God damn.
Well
she's
done.
like radiation twitching now.
All gonna start flying?
What
Okay.
what was that? Where did that come from?
Yeah, where'd it come from? Yeah,
Where'd it come from?
and
Oh, right.
the
This
canister.
is like the cat jumping off the
Yeah.
bookcase.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's
yes.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome. Yes.
and all the 3 of y'all are there. Would y'all all make me a observation roll, please?
I have
straight
multiple.
up, just straight up observation. I'm not worried
I
about
have
stress.
We also have to increase our stress by 1, correct?
You all got to increase. All of y'all except for Miller. Miller's in the hallway, but the rest of y'all in the short range. Yeah, that's all 4 of y'all. Actually, you know what? It's only Rye. I'm not worried about it. Rye's busy with the control panel, so it's just the 3 of y'all. Get that
Just the door
stress.
crew.
Can I
Can I use my
observation
banked
stunt?
observation stunt?
Not on this roll.
Okay.
Figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I would have the same
And please
question.
do. Please do. I'm looking and I'm not worried about failures. I'm just looking for successes.
Sure.
Yeah, and if you trembled, I'm not worried about it.
Okay, 1.
Yeah. Yeah, look at all those
Failure?
ones. Okay,
Oh.
yeah, so that's all right. No, yeah, but the failure, I'm just looking, this is outside of a normal roll. So the 2 of y'all that passed the roll, did that suit, wait a second, I thought those legs were this way, and one of the legs is in a different direction.
Davis,
Really?
did you see that?
Maybe? Are you seeing
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
It just could be a shadow.
I think moving all this junk must have shifted something over there. You know, ship's vibrating now. It's things are moving around now, and things are twitching around. We got this
I'm not
closed.
twitching.
Weren't talking to you, Wilson.
What's
We
up,
gotta
Fancy
get this
Round
door
Scatter?
clear,
What's going
right?
on, Larry?
We have to get this door closed. Yeah, we're
Yep.
still in agreement on that.
What's
Yes.
going on? Let's get this door.
Yeah, we've been closing a door for a long time.
Yeah, you're trying
There's
to
a
get
lot
to
of shit in the way.
Yeah, and you move the stuff out of the way. It seems to have been, shifted in the pile just from y'all moving stuff, and you've cleared out the door, and you can press the button. Whoever's that would be Davis. It looks like you're closest to that wall. Could
Absolutely.
push the button.
And just to be clear about this, GM, the astronaut suit that definitely was not moving its legs is inside the reactor, and we will be closing it inside the reactor, correct?
That's correct. And the
Absolutely.
big pile of trash and all the stuff that's in there.
Great.
I mean, also to be clear, if we go into the reactor room, we are exposing ourselves to much more radiation.
Much more
correct?
radiation, but
Yes.
you also know that you need to, that sooner or later, get this reactor fully online, you're going to have to clean out that room.
But perhaps we can figure out a more protected way to do that.
Yeah, let's figure that out later. Like
Not a
we
problem.
still have to turn the 4 engines on anyway. That's going to take 3 days.
Right.
Okay.
So for
I
now-
press it. I close the door.
You push the door.
Done.
Davis pushes the door. Cham, sorry, this is where, okay. Cham and
I don't like
who's
when he
left over
giggles.
there? Cham and, who's with Cham?
Me.
Okay,
Me and
no, it's
David.
Wilson, that's right.
Me and-
Okay.
yeah, 3 of us.
The two of you can have a point of stress because as you're sitting there watching that door shut, the helmet thing lifts up and turns to look at the two of you as the door shuts.
Oh my space lord.
So have yourself a point of stress.
Yep. I have no words right now.
Did we
You
get that
alright?
door closed?
Yeah,
The
we're
door
all set.
shut. Yeah, the
Damn.
door shut. Yeah,
Good
Cap,
work.
I
Good
think
work.
there might be
Good
someone
work, people.
in there.
There is
What?
no one in there.
There's
There's
no one-
No one in
You
there.
saw that, Wilson. There was that person
What-
thing.
Whatever did it,
talking
that's not a person. That door is gonna stay closed. We're just gonna
Wait, I'm
keep
sorry.
that.
What's happening?
You don't know that. There
There.
is a suit
Jam?
in the reactor room with a helmet. I thought that it was nothing.
Cham, I saw
It moved.
I saw it, look. There's all sorts of isolation, everything. It gets to you. The ship's vibrating. It's moving now.
Resonant
It's
frequency.
dark in
You guys know-
here. We're
I don't
seeing things
individual
that ain't there.
objects.
I am telling you, that thing moved.
Davis,
Where's the
I'm
motion
not saying it didn't
Okay.
move.
while you're
Where's the
doing
motion
Davis,
sensor?
you get another point of stress.
What?
That's for Davis.
For listening to my friend's problems?
No, you know why. You know
Okay,
why.
Oh,
Um,
right.
you know why.
Damn it. Okay.
And Rye, I need another Comtech roll from you.
Science, Captain, use the motion sensor to see if anything's actually moving around inside the reactor. Okay, here's the
I will do that.
contact.
Okay. Comtech roll for Rye.
So is that beep means something is moving in the reactor?
Something's moving in the reactor.
No.
Something's
way.
moving in there. Could a
Not going to say I told you so. However,
could a synth have survived that close to reactor this long?
75
had-
years?
Or they power down, conserve battery. If it, how thick is the door? Could it hear noises through the door? Could we yell through
It's
the door?
thick. No, it's a thick door. It's that the radiation basically when y'all shut the door, the radiation sensors basically they're minimal right now. The room is radiated somewhat because the door's been open for a while. But a major blast of what was hitting y'all's suits that was protecting y'all just dissipated when you shut that door.
I
think
knocked
I
shave
get-
and a haircut on the door really
Yeah.
loud.
you're not going to grow a third arm all of a sudden, okay? Rye. So while that was going on and you were deciphering what was going on with the engines and all that, you also noticed that the life control systems are functioning or building up, and air is starting to work, but there's a malfunction. It is showing that the rods are not able to completely engage, and the system is not able to come online. Something's wrong with it and is going to need to be looked at. But it is trying its best to clean the air. The air purifiers are trying to work, and air is blowing, is starting to fill the ship. But it is at a small rate than what it should be.
She again conveys all that.
Okay.
All right, listen, everyone keep your suits on. I don't know what's going on here. There's something is moving in there.
So do we think it's a synth?
I don't know what else could survive that close.
Davis runs out of the room.
Davis!
Going.
A synth would hear me knocking on the door, right? If I knock shave and a haircut, it doesn't respond, then it's probably not a synth. Maybe it's just vibrating out of the pile.
You would have to pound on the door.
I pound on the door.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Shave and a haircut.
It pounds on the door.
How many bits?
Rye, are there comms that lead into that room?
Into the reactor?
Into the reactor room.
There's
Yeah,
there's
if that's where the
comms in reactor.
self-destruct is,
No.
then maybe there's a comms as well.
There unfortunately is not a comm unit in the reactor room.
Davis, where are you going?
Davis is running down the hall.
Davis?
Is Davis running? Was Davis just getting out of that room, or is Davis moving?
Yeah, how far is Davis
So
running?
so Miller's in the hall, so Miller can see. Davis like kind of freaked out after that and ran out into the hall, and she has her like hands on her knees and she's doubled over, kind of like heaving with her back to you.
All right. Miller will look at Ryan and see what we can learn from the data pad. I want to know everything that's been going on. Cham, Wilson, looks like we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with the air systems here.
That sounds right.
Let's keep our priorities intact, though. Priority number 1 on this mission is recover any data. Given that the door systems are online, we may be able to access that science section. But I want everyone on high alert. And Miller will look at Davis and say, how you doing?
I walk out in the hallway to stare at Davis.
She has like her hand on the side of the wall and like uses it to grip herself up. And when she turns around, you can see that the inside, like the window of her helmet, is stained with vomit. I'm alright, Cap. I don't feel so good. You know, whenever it's convenient to the crew, I think maybe checking on those labs or the med bay.
Let's
see
get
if I
you to
can
the med
find
bay.
some space linol or something to take.
Well, medbay's right above us. All right, Rye, see what you can learn from the access terminal. And I want a detailed plan on what we need to fix to get this ship moving as fast as possible. Cham, Wilson, Davis. Cham, why don't you stay down here with Rye? I don't want anyone on their own. Wilson, Davis, we're going upstairs. We're going to check out the med lab and the research facility here in the science section.
All right.
Okay.
Any questions? Is everyone okay? Everyone understand what we're doing?
Yeah, but
copy.
we only have so much air left, so
Let's get this air up and running.
It's going to take a turn, basically, or a shift. I mean, 8 hours to so y'all spacesuits have environmental controls on them, can kind of tell you what you've got going on with your internals, but also external. And it's registering a thin layer of oxygen. It's happening, it's building up. It's going to take a few more hours for the ship at this rate for the air to become breathable. It is there, but you'd be gasping. It still needs a little bit more time. But you already know, but it doesn't, y'all can proceed like you're starting to walk. The three of y'all are starting, you're going to make your way.
We're going
Rye can't do anything else as far as accessing Mother and the console, any of the ship's deals, without proper control. She's basically looking at the operation of the reactor controls for the ship. That's all discernible from this panels, and that's why her contact rolls were successful. She found out all she could in this room at the moment.
Okay.
Just so you know.
And the coolant tanks, is that what's dealing with the? No, that's just for the reactor. So the air scrubber shaft is partly to deal. We would need to fix that for the
this
air
level. Yeah, so this level you could get to from the stairwell that's north of the air scrubber shaft you would know, or Rye will know, and Cham will know. The roughnecks. Yeah. Actually, Miller, you would know too. Sorry, that there is access control to get to what is basically where the rods and the water well would be is right underneath that area. There's you're on the right floor.
I'll say Cham, Rye. See what you can do about that the air scrubber shaft, but I want you on high alert. Rye, keep that flamethrower handy. If whatever was in that stairwell has gotten into the air system, I want to know about it. I don't want us breathing anything we shouldn't be breathing.
Copy.
All right.
So where are we moving? You can move.
So Wilson is taking Miller is taking Davis and Wilson to Junction 2 to go up to B level, and Cham and Rye have been told to go check out see if they can get the air scrubber shaft back online.
We're gonna head.
Yep. I'm moving y'all are going up the ladder to this junction room, and
we're going back through the catwalk.
Yep, you're going to go to the stairwell, the northern stairwell, just north of the stairwell, north of the air scrubber shaft. Yeah, that's all. They're all kind of connected. Those two shaft areas. So you would make your way into the stairwell. Hold on, get to the doorway.
Oh, doorway. Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. You didn't know. I just.
That's
okay.
Right.
So they're moving that way. Their trip's a little bit longer. So we're here to. Come here. Okay. That is B deck. I thought I put y'all on B deck. Where are
I see us on B deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to find the map. Okay. So, the three of you, the three musketeers, you're in that junction way. It is nothing there. Power's there. You can push open.
I will enter the hallway.
You enter the hallway to see that you are clearly in the area where a fire happened. There is dark damage, soot damage, smoke damage everywhere in here. It looks like it possibly came from to your east, to the right somewhere. You can tell.
I walk east and I want to look in the science lab door windows.
It's kind of hard because they're covered up with soot and ice. It's still not melted yet. You can see actually that some of the stuff is melting from the environmental controls, the ship and its power heating up and all that. And so this stuff is starting to coalesce. You see it just kind of making tear marks and, straight down the walls where it's all just dripping, making everything look eerily gross and nasty.
I love it. It's like everything's bleeding.
Very much so. That's a good analogy. Yep. But the doors can be open.
Miller will look to Davis and say, why don't you go check the med lab? I need to have a quick chat with Wilson.
Before Miller goes, Davis kind of like grabs the side of their arm and says, Cap, I want you to know that I know this is a Weyland-Yutani mission, but as far as I'm concerned, there's only one captain on this ship.
I appreciate that, Davis. Now go take care of yourself.
Davis either winks or twitches and goes off.
So you're moving to the med lab. Is that where you're going? Okay.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Alone.
All right. Okay, and you two are down there. So we just got 11. Okay, so let's start with Wilson. We've got a 3-way split here. And the rules of the split into party do not apply to this rule set. Okay.
I think this rule set encourages splitting the party.
Absolutely.
Miller will walk up to Wilson and say, listen, I appreciate that you're been sent here by Weyland-Yutani to make sure and to assess us, but I am still the captain of my crew. This situation we found ourselves in puts my crew's life at risk, and the functionality of this crew is tantamount to our survival. All right, so I appreciate that you have things you want to do and that you want to do them quickly, but if you put my crew at risk again, we're gonna have more than words. Now, I fully intend on completing this mission on behalf of Weyland-Yutani. But my way, not yours. Are we clear?
We are so clear.
No.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry.
Miller motions in the science lab that you rush over to look, and you know, having just had a somewhat serious discussion, slightly conspiratorially says, "What's in there?" Like I too am interested in what's going on, but let's follow protocol here.
Which room are we looking at?
Well, I heard I'm not allowed to open the doors myself now, so after you, Captain.
I'll push the button.
Which door? 1 or 2?
Well, one of them was soot covered, or both of them are soot covered.
Well, this whole area is it's bad. Yeah.
It's sad.
Let's go science lab. Which one were you looking at, Wilson?
Which door?
I'm opening
behind which door?
I was looking in one. I figured let's
Door
start
number one or
smaller.
Door number 2?
Door number one. Door number one.
Not the one with the goat behind the door. Number 1.
Yeah.
Yep, the door slides open, and the lights in this room are flickering. There's something wrong with the overhead lighting structure here. Is it popping on and off? And in the middle of the room is a pile of bones.
Any suits, any accessories, any access cards in that pile of bones.
Yeah.
Nothing in there.
Yeah.
Human bones?
You'd have to go in and look.
I go look at the bones.
Wilson is a curious corpo.
Apparently.
He's gonna write up that pile of bones, man.
He's no nonsense. He's
Miller
here
will
to do
not
some
go-
things.
Miller will not go look at the pile.
Yeah. So there is a storage area that you notice to the left there. There is an enclosed. See, I think making sure this looks like that can't be. I think this is off. Hold on, son. Yeah. The main lab has an enclosed, but
Well, there's the science module. There's the whole big science module that's down below us.
Hold on.
We're in the smallest of 3. There's a science lab 1 and science lab 2, but then right to the south, accessible only by the other direction, is this massive science.
Thank you. I was like, why am I reading this wrong? Thank you.
Yeah,
that's the module area. Yeah. So
I'm assuming that's like the biggest.
Yeah, that's the
like
main
the
lab.
full,
The main lab area that there is enclosed decontamination area back there. There's a big table, and then on the there is like a shelf area right here, like along the eastern wall right here.
Okay.
And there are basically best described as these urns. They're probably small luggage, like flight suitcase type deal. You know, one you can put in an overhead bin. It's a metallic urn. There are 4 of them. Sitting there it's basically a freezer is in that wall, and these urns you can see are in there on that shelf area.
Does that freezer look like it's melting with the rest of the ship?
So the the door has been smashed. The glass door has been smashed. And 3 of them basically look like whatever was in them was thawed out, and it's kind of oozing out from the top, where they would be closed down, basically, even though they should be airtight. Whatever it is kind of oozed out as black ooze. It's just kind of covered to the side and oozed and coalescing around the bottom and kind of dripping over the side of the shelf area.
So one of them is intact.
One is intact beside the 3 that aren't. And you see the ooze is deep down, and then when you look down to the floor where it's dripped down, there's the pool. It's congealed, but there looks like these little nodes, little pop-up things have grown in the ooze. Just a little bitty nodule is kind of sitting there. There's 2 or 3 of them in the pool.
Okay. Can I open the door to storage, see what's in the storage closet?
There is supplies, nothing scientific beaker, equipment, things like that. Most of it's fallen. It's like it's fallen off the shelves. Mm-hmm. But as far as what you can tell on it, there's nothing interesting at all in that storage area.
So I'm watching Wilson
and you're standing right next to the bones too. Do they move? Did that move? Wait, no way. Hold that thought. We'll go down to our dynamic duo on deck C. We're back down to them, who have moved and are prepared to enter the stairwell to the main air scrubber shaft. Do you press the buttons to open the doors, Rye and Chama?
You're right.
Yeah. Huh?
Well, I mean, I guess you and Davis both saw it, so I'm sorry, I won't use up any more air, but I mean, it's got to have been a synth, right? Maybe it was damaged and it couldn't communicate with us.
Yeah. I don't. I should be able to trust my own eyes, right?
I trust you. So you gonna open this door?
Kind of feel like we don't have a choice, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Not really.
What the hell?
Oh, the air scrubber shaft is only accessible through the stairwell?
Through this level right here. Yep.
Oh.
There is a panel that's going to be along the south wall that allows you to look down into the air scrubber, the shaft where actually the electro module's at.
Uh-huh. Sorry, guys.
Nice knowing you is what she's saying. I did foreshadow something. What are we doing? You open the doors?
There's no other way to the air scrubber shaft, right?
Nope.
You want me to do it?
What are these dotted lines?
No.
Though? What are these?
Those are like small access control junctions, air shafts, and things like that. Very small. A human could not fit in them, but they would be air and control stuff like that.
Oh, perfect.
We can't die
I see
hard.
what they are. Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
Stress on human?
You can't Bruce Willis them. No, they're not that big
As
enough.
opposed to a cat. That's
A
what he
cat
meant.
could,
Yeah,
small
a cat,
animals could,
A small cat.
Definitely not letting you go first.
Okay.
I got this. So I opened the door.
Open the doors. And that's where we'll hold for our intermission.
A Cliffy.
Okay, cliffhanger. Okay, yep, we're at the 9 o'clock hour, the hour and a half mark here. So we're going to take our little 5-minute intermission bio break, and then we will come back to see what's behind door number 3 with this group. So stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
And damage. Succeeded on 2 climb checks and then failed his last one, fell all the way back down and just died. And I was like, incredible adventure. I just fell down a pit.
Oh, bless.
Oh, no.
Great.
Amazing.
Yeah. Sick.
Oh, no.
All right, we are back live for our quick little break here to resume the second half of our show here with the mangy, massly, crassly crew here of the oh my God, UCSC. Okay, whatever. You know what? It's a damn
Chronus.
towing vessel that's the Montero crew who's now in the Chronos trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. And I'm just going to get my alphabet all mixed up. However, we last left Cham and Rye opening up the doors to the bottom of the stairwell of section A, basically A section. Actually, it's one section. I always get that there's 2 sections here. There's junction C1, A through C1. Then this stairwell, the center stairwell, is what takes you down to the air shaft scrubber, the scrubber area. So that's where they're at. They open up the door. And what did they find, you ask? Oh, hell. Yeah, this room, once again, looks just like the same one that was upstairs. There are vines of stuff growing up and through the room, circling the ladder, and you see at least half a dozen of different shapes and sizes of the fungus pods sitting here. A couple on the floor, a couple are definitely have grown inside and are part of the grate that is pumping air through the ship. Then you have the door system. There is basically a door panel that's solid that runs along. I hate the way that does lines now. I really do. Along the south, where you know that opening that door basically lets you see into the air shaft scrubber area or be able to get down into it. It's actually something you know that you'd have to climb down into. But it does, there are vines and pods, but there's nothing growing. It's not a grate system. It's just a panel door that will.
And how far away is it? Like, this is what?
That's 20 feet. Yeah,
20
that room.
feet.
So yeah, each square is about 5 feet roughly. So you'd have to move around the ladder. You're gonna have to step on things to get over there.
Yeah, there's no way not to step on things.
There's no way.
Okay.
What do you think? Should I use the flamethrower?
We don't even know what these things are. I mean,
yeah.
What if that makes it worse? They're in the shaft, right? So they're
in
whatever
the
it
air
is.
shaft.
Shaft.
The air is circulated. There's some air coming up through the.
Oh no!
And it is.
Miller
clues in.
Yeah, Miller did specifically say to Rye, not to be afraid to use that flamethrower.
Yeah.
Are our comms always on, or is it a push
You can talk to each other. Oh, most
No,
certainly.
no. But have they been?
No, you can turn them on and off. So, or you can direct who you're talking to. So.
Okay. What happens if we step on a vine?
Yeah. I don't know.
Also,
I mean, this is crazy.
this is crazy. We are not crazy. This is crazy. We are seeing this. Also, you don't need to come with me.
Well, I mean, you don't know anything about that stuff.
You can radio it to me if need be, but You need to get back to the ship, and you need to get back home.
Rye?
Doesn't really matter if I do.
Actually, both of y'all have so let me give you a little bit more background based on what y'all roll. I want I really don't. I just need some
I think it would be observation.
Yeah, well, it's that plus what you kind of know about
Agility?
ship operations, and so I'm actually looking I'm looking for wits, basically. So
Yeah.
maybe some wits rolls, both of you.
Okay.
Let's see how witty our
how
crew
much
is.
they've paid attention to ship operations.
So
I have so much stress right
I
now.
would press the wits. And
Yeah,
then...
just the wits dice. That's all. Yeah. And I'm looking just to see if you got successes. Is Cham not really? Oh no, Cham's witty. Okay.
Cham has
I'm
one
about to say, what's that?
Hey.
And I'm not worried about the stress. The stress is fine. It's just the successes. So.
No, Cham has 2 wit. Is just real stressed right now.
Cham's got some stress.
Wow.
That's right.
Very stressed.
All of y'all should. Rye, I need yours, please.
Wait, do I keep the? I will have a stunt too. So I keep it.
This is not a regular roll. This is me giving you more information. So this is just me asking for it. So apparently Rye wasn't paying attention into this part of Air Shaft Scrubber 101, but Cham
Rye was more focused on the technical aspects.
Yeah,
Trump was the one paying attention to where the air vents are.
So you're going to remember and go, okay, so the air is coming up and pumping through the grate system that's on both the east and western walls. There are filters that are in those grates also that basically scrub the air. They're basically air filters. And you understand now that those pods have grown in the filters too. The filters are going to have to be cleaned somehow.
Yeah. And the pods are in the way.
They most certainly are. And so the popping noise you hear clearly is in the air shover scraps. Something down there is going bam, bam, and it's directly below your feet on the other side of the door that where the rods and the water should be. Actually, the power where the air's generated. Sorry. And it is, and since the ships come online, that popping noise has become pretty much constant. Pop, bam, bam. You need to get in there and figure out what's happening.
If the flamethrower was used, would it potentially damage filter?
No.
So Cham relays to Rye that we need to clear all this crap off the filter. Filters plural. But we don't know if that will actually work.
So you could tell, you're going to know that the air filters are caked, not only with just decades of grime, but the mold that's also instigating in there. And you've got power restored and working that you're going to have to clean these somehow, and it's going to take at least an 8-hour shift once you kind of get things working to get each one of these levels cleaned.
Also, we're going to need some more supplies.
Yeah,
right?
And I don't think the air's coming online quickly enough for us to do all this stuff right now.
It's not.
Right.
You're going to have to figure out what's making the pop, what's going on with it in the actual shaft chamber.
And we're going to have to go back to get more oxygen.
Yeah. Okay. So, especially since there's 3 levels of...
No, hold on. So no. So if you keep waiting, so it took it's going to take some time. There's oxygen here. It's just hard to breathe, but it's working. But if you really want to get the oxygen truly flowing, you're going to have to fix this room and what's in and whatever's going on in the shaft. But there is oxygen flowing right now. There is some electrolysis happening, just not at a great rate.
All right. So we don't have any materials to even begin to clean anything.
I mean, I could burn some of it away.
Burn some of it away. And then what?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's less toxic for us?
Let's ask Cap.
Captain? Should we just...
Yeah. let's ask Cap. We're gonna radio up to Miller, and relay what we have found and what we're thinking that maybe the flamethrower is our best bet because we don't really have a ton of other supplies right now. What do you want us to do?
I don't want us. Whatever's going on in this ship, we need to make sure our lives are priority number one. Rye?
Yeah.
If you're the technician, if you say you want to burn this, whatever this is, out of your way so that you can get to cleaning and get us oxygen, I say go for it.
Okay.
Now, Cham, is that going to damage any of those filters there?
I honestly don't know. I don't think so, but I've never seen anything like this before. So we're kind of in new territory. It looks
gross.
I mean, it's really gross, and it also looks organic, if that's even a word I can use here. So
I mean, even though there is air flowing in here, I mean, if it's some kind of mold, it could be totally toxic.
right,
so-
we don't know what it is, and we don't know how it would react to fire. It could get rid of it, but it could also make it a lot worse. Can we tell?
Well, there's been fires on this ship already.
There have. GM, can we? Does it look like since the oxygen has come on, there is more growth here?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
Okay. So whatever this stuff is,
Make me an
all we
observation
know-
roll. Make me an observation roll.
thank you.
Straight up. Yeah, don't worry about the width. Yeah, so you don't see it growing, but you do see that because of the ship coming online and a lot that they're vibrating. You know, the stuff just there's the hum and the movement of the ship. You can see that these things are there's just a little movement to them. You know.
So whatever this is, it feels and it kind of looks organic, and it's different from the last time we saw it upstairs.
Blame it.
All right, here we go. So Rye will look at the area that is, I guess, closest to where the filter is. That would be the most gummed up. And
On one of the sides, right? Because they're on both sides.
I think it's everywhere, right?
GM?
Sorry, say that
The two
again.
fil-
Sorry.
The filters, are they on both sides?
There's
of the
one on
stairwell?
each side, on the west side and the east side of the stairwell. Yep.
And
east
you'll
side
hear
is-
Miller say flame it, and Miller will say I'd start with a test spout, you know. Don't press and hold. Let's just see what happens.
All right.
Don't
Pick a
burn the
spot.
whole room down is what I'm saying. Let's do a little patch first.
So I want to. So the east would be close. That's where the control we need to get to is, right?
No. So in the stairwell room, on the east and west walls are the grates and the air filters. There
Oh, I
is a
see.
panel door on the south wall that gets you into the scrubber shaft down. It's a level down. It overhangs. Basically, it's overhanging the cargo bay area. It'd be like, and it's where the electrolysis system and the water and all the rods, the basically system itself is.
Okay.
So aim at a spot a little bit away from us, maybe.
All right. Yeah, I think this thing's got some decent range. So I'll
It does.
fire.
It
I'll
does.
fire at the opposite, a gunky part of the opposite wall.
All right, east or west?
It's
Or so.
west. Okay, west.
All right.
I go to gear.
Oh, you could just fire. I'm not worried about aiming and all that. I just wanted you to fire. That's all I cared about.
Well, I'm gonna
Okay.
make your wish come true, Jimmy.
So you're going to pull the trigger thinking that you can use the flamethrower as a surgical instrument when that is not what it's designed for. It is designed, when you hit that room, it just goes whoosh into the whole room because it's not that big of a room, and it's a forceful piece of equipment. and the flame hits all that area and the fungus and all that, and you see it starting to catch fire, and the pods basically go poof. They basically explode like popcorn bins, and you see stuff, little twinkles, stuff is floating up in the air like little stars, just thousands and thousands of these things. They're just kind of sparkling, and all of a sudden they go poof, poof, poof. They start popping like popcorn because of the flames and just get engulfed. It's like a sparkler. Huge sparklers went off in the room, and you just see the molds catching fire. It rips up through the grates in this room and the filters, and it just catches the whole room on fire. But what has got your attention is when the pods exploded, that they hit and showered the room with whatever the sparkly was, but the flame engulfed it all as it rolled up the wall and actually went up somewhat the ladder above you. And and then you've got smoke, and it just burns, but it fairly quickly. It's fairly dry, except for the pods. They took a little bit longer. They looked like they cooked for a little bit when they exploded, and then whatever. Like I said, the sprinklers, the flame got it all, and now you just got this crisp residue everywhere.
I
know you said to do.
I wish I could smoke right now.
Cap, I know you said to do a little test section, but
well, yeah, it turns out this mold's pretty damn flammable.
Did we light the whole room on fire?
Yeah, pretty much.
The whole room set on fire, but went out fairly quickly too.
Are you two okay?
They're in awe.
Yeah, we're fine. I don't think anything's damaged, oddly enough, but that was weird. Right? Crazy. You saw that, right? That was weird.
You both did see that. You sure did. Okay, cut. Now I don't know how to handle this, so Davis.
Davis, yeah.
Davis is okay. So
by herself.
Oh yeah.
Davis is by herself.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're pretty close by.
Sure we are.
It's not
y'all are down the hallway. Yeah. So, but I'm going to reveal, however, only Davis knows, and we'll see for the moment. So you're going to, I'm assuming, push the open door button to the lab.
Yeah, is there a window?
There's a window.
To this door?
Oh, yeah,
She'll take a look in if enough of the soot ice has melted to see.
It is running down there. From your vantage point, seeing into this room, it's in disarray. Go figure. There is some tables and some shelving areas across the room where you can see some specimen jars. Cool. And some things but there are two large specimen urns that have got liquid in them, and there is a huge, basically, version of the pods that you saw in the shaft area that they just set on fire, but bigger versions of them floating in the containment, or remember what they look like with the face huggers and all that, when Aliens and all that, when they were looking at Aliens, when they're looking at, but these have got, the watermelons are sitting in the specimen jars.
But I can see they're in something. There's
liquid there. Yeah, they're in there. There's floating there, and the lids are shut on them. They're not open or broken like that. There's an urn like they saw in the, Lab 2, Lab 2, there's another one of these big urns, metallic urns, and it is closed. Let's see. This is it. Oh, it's actually open. I apologize. It's open. But you can't see what's in it, but you can see this urn. It's got a lid that attaches to it, and it's kind of flipped open like a,
Is that like a common space thing? Like someone's someone's space grandfather was like cremated and they've been taking it with them, or
It's storage.
like...
It's storage.
Okay.
It's for storing specimens in. It's kind of what you know. And they basically, you might have. Well, make me a med roll. See if you have medical knowledge. Okay, just see if by chance you know what the damn urn's used for.
Sure.
It's Tupperware.
Medical aid, you said?
Yeah, just medical. Because it's a medical roll. Yeah. I'm just looking for the roll. I don't care about the stress at the moment.
Oh, that's weird. It didn't. Here we go.
There we go. Well, never mind. You didn't succeed in any of that. You don't know really much of what these urns are for, other than that they.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not looking for the stress now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see if you've run into these before. So yeah, you can see that there's something there, and you also know that there's a door to the south, but you can't see. And you remember from the map that the med pods basically is the kind of way. It's like a self-healing. It's a self-enclosed environment that people can get into, and then it's like its own little doctor unit. It basically can work on you and heal you and do things to you. It's but you know there would be some in there. However, you can't see from where you're at.
I assume also there's like drawers or desks or stuff, like cabinets where medical equipment like drugs, things like that would be stored.
There are multiple cabinets and all that. Most of them are open, not all of them are, and there's stuff all over the ground.
All right, so
yeah.
So first thing, Davis kind of looks over their shoulder to where Miller and Wilson were, and then looks back in, and Davis is going to knock twice loudly against that glass and see if anything moves in there first. No? Okay.
Nothing happens.
She maybe thinks better about this, but she starts like sweating really badly, and she is going to go in.
Okay, you open up the door, stepping on some broken glass, which would be tubes and or, all the kind of stuff. It's just trash, and you can see then that there are two doors. There's a door to the south of the med pods, and it is shut. And it's got a glass, and looks like there's lights in there, but you can't really see much. You'd have to go in through the doors to see what's going on in the med pods.
She says her fingers start twitching a little, and she's starting to get very, very sleepy. Come to mama. And she is going to start doing some very, very quick searching in those drawers, looking for useful pharmaceuticals of specific types.
Roll me 3d6s, please, in chat.
In the chat, okay.
In chat.
Right.
Just take each d6 one at a time and just roll it. Grab the d6 down the bottom and drag and click and drop it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So you're gonna.
Would this be a time where you could theoretically use a story point?
Ooh.
Sure.
What time are we ending?
We're ending in an hour.
Oh, right.
In an hour? All right. I want to see what I find, and then maybe we'll rewrite reality.
So you're gonna rifle through the cabinets. You're going to find there are some med kits still here that have not been touched. There are 4 of them. I will put them in the party sheet for the moment, unless you want to hold on to all of them.
No.
Okay, there are 4 there. You're also going to find there were 5 vials, 5 doses of what's called Never Sleep pills, a single dose of hydration, and 6 doses of Naproleve. Yes,
I know what that is too.
Well, I'm not done. you find you're searching around, and you also pulling for the kits, and you kick something underneath on the ground, and it slid up underneath. There was another med kit. You kicked it up underneath the cabinet area when you were moving up there.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to You'd have to get it though. It's on the ground.
Well, I mean, of course I would.
Well, you grab it, and it's got.
This game is so stressful that I'm like, we need the med kit. Also, don't grab the med kit.
Yeah. It's only stressful if you are thinking about
But this
it.
one's got a label on it that says derivative cure. It's got some med tape on it, and it's got derivative cure written on the side of it.
Derivative cure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This seems useful. I'm gonna pocket that.
Here, I'll put that. Hold on one second. I'm gonna put an extra med kit. So there were 5 med kits. Actually, I wanted true. How can I? One of them. Trade item. We're just gonna do one derivative kit. All right. Even though I've gotten out a description for it, but I've got it in the party sheet just in case.
Perfect.
But this is all on your person right now. So right, go ahead.
Davis is going to take all of the drugs and keep them on their person for responsible pharmaceutical usage. And
you may drag them all to your gear tab then out of the party sheet.
Excellent.
Anything that you're keeping, you can put there.
Okay. Also, if I use, Davis has been specifically looking for something for like probably about a year now, trying to get their hands on something special. If I use my story point, can I find one dose of this?
What the hell? Why not? You know what? You want to go down that pop? Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
So I think maybe in like one of the cabinets, or maybe like hidden under where the derivative cure med kit was kicked, there is just like a kind of another small metal.
It is actually in the. You open up the kit, seeing what's in there, So what you will find is a syringe mixture of special pick-me-uppy.
Yeah, this is the X, right?
Yeah,
this is stuff.
This is the X stuff. Yeah,
yes.
And there are 6 syringes of this dark liquid. Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Davis radios back and like, found a bunch of med kits here, and I'm gonna try and like pop one of these never sleeps.
Take a point of stress off.
Great. She is immediately.
How does one
jacked up.
pop a pill in a spacesuit?
I gotta take it off, right?
That is my. Thank you for doing. You would have to take the spacesuit off.
Absolutely, I will.
So, and your readout will check, and you'll say that bio levels are good enough, basically low.
Yeah.
But you can, so so if you were to take off your suit, you would go to the gear tab, and you basically just
are you fully taking off your suit, or are you just
just the helmet?
You're just like accessing the
Yeah, you can flip. Yeah.
I press the button on the side where the little mouth compartment opens, like pajamas that have the butt flap.
So the bolt gun you don't have anymore though, right? You don't have.
No, I think you gave the bolt gun to me.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't know how to take that off the sheet.
You drag it to when you want to take something off your sheet, you drag it to the party sheet. Just grab it and drag it over, and it will remove it for you. Because I just want to make sure. Yeah.
And
okay.
where is the party sheet one more time?
That's the 3 little person symbol in the upper right hand corner of Fantasy Grounds. There's if you hover over
yes.
it. Yeah. Okay, and go to to the gear tab. I slid it over for you.
You're taking all the drugs, right, Davis?
She took one.
Yes.
She took one of the taking all the drugs, put them over, and then reduce the count. Now it's showing you're over. So what is going on, Davis? I'm trying to see. Oh, says is the grappling gun that heavy? Shouldn't be. Is it showing you're over encumbered? I don't know why, but I'm not worried about it. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, like the drugs aren't heavy, right?
No, hell no. I'm trying to figure out why the hell. So if I just put them. The suit, though, is
X drug sounded like it was some heavy drugs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
It's air supply weight is only 1, and so why is the over encumbrance getting you? That is weird. Because you should be able. What's your strength? 2, but it shows that you've got a 4, but it's showing 5 on this. I'm not worried about it right now. I'll check that out later. Something's playing off on me. Okay, and then you took one of the never sleeps, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, and so she stops when she does. Like she kind of stops twitching. She stops yawning, and her eyes, like, which had been very unfocused, like actually enlarge. Like the pupils get bigger. And they start to glow a little bit. They actually change color, so they're a little more like yellow, and they're very faintly giving off light.
Okay, all right. That's anything else while you're searching the room? So let's go back to. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong map, folks. I apologize. We weren't showcasing that. Okay, we're back to Wilson and Miller. What are y'all doing?
I want to go look in the other science lab. This one's a bust. What do you say? More bones?
You move over to the door, open it up.
I'm gonna close the other door.
Okay, you can close the other door. The pile of bones there. This is where the fire took place, without a doubt. This room is very charred. They used whatever was going on here. The crew used a liberal use of an incinerator or two. There are burned out drums, equipment, just stuff everywhere. However, also in the corner area of the room right here is a body, what's left of it, laying on the ground, kind of bent upwards, grabbing its chest, and there's an arm on the chest and there's an arm on the head. It is shriveled up and burnt to a crisp.
So it doesn't have any pockets that might have an access card in it because it's crispy, right? I want to go look and see if it has pockets. I want to check it for anything I need.
Make me an observation roll.
I got 2 banks.
You bank it?
I'll go down. I'll spend one of my banks.
You move over to the body, and you're kind of gets brittle, and you move one of the arms, and it kind of snaps off, you know. And when it snaps off,
Jesus, Wilson.
Sorry, that's
Miller,
Maya
Miller,
cackling.
I'm assuming you're watching this, Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miller is like Miller is like a little taken aback.
Wilson is unfazed, doesn't even care that Miller's watching. No embarrassment, no shame. I am looking for what I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, out of the pocket falls a little card.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
I pick it up. Is it an access card?
It
is
is
it
an it is emergency key card access for Mother. You
Bless.
Recognize it. Whaley Yutani logo on it. Yep.
I turn around, I show it to
think
Miller,
it is?
and I smile. Full Vanna White. Just to...
Okay.
Miller will say, good find.
Thanks. I look around the rest of the room. Everything's crispy.
Crispy critter. Yep. Nothing else in here. Other than the human, and that arm you broke is like shriveled up. It is like, instead of normal length or elongated, this one's like small, like it's T-Rex small. Yep. Arm. Yep.
All right, we've got an access card, everybody. Davis, why don't you come with us? We're gonna head to the bridge, see if we can access it.
All right! Yeah, things are looking up here. We are getting up, down, and moving. Let's do it.
You sound like you're feeling better.
I found medkits.
Great. Off
Well,
comms,
she sounds like
I
herself.
turn to Miller and I say, should I be concerned?
Davis is the best pilot we got.
That is not the
I
answer to
trust
my
her.
question.
And Miller will go, hey, Cham, Rye, how we doing down there?
Well,
This is gonna take us a while.
Let's go back and visit those two, shall we?
It's called a layup.
Yeah, there you go.
Cut to.
Cut to Laurel and Hardy sitting in the stairwell. Okay, what are we doing, you two?
Well, have we finished all the flamethrower business?
Yeah, all that's going on. That flame down in the smoke is dissipating because now it's being sucked up in there into the filtering system and all that. And so now you're pushing it across the ship.
so Rye will take a look at
Wait, we're pushing the smoke across the ship.
Yeah, with all those little particles.
No,
Yep.
the particles all got engulfed in flames, but
Oh, okay,
there's
good.
still smoke here, and that's being pulled out of the room
Okay,
right now.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep your suits on for a while, because if we have to do that again, it's gonna get real smoky in here.
how much were we able to clear away with
Oh,
that?
it's all burnt. Oh, the room is torn. Yeah, it's all just falling now. Soot, pieces of it burnt, husk are falling down to the ground. Yeah.
And what happened to the banging that we were hearing?
You still hear that on the other side of the door.
All right.
That's happening somewhere in the air scrubber shaft area, in the actual unit itself.
And it sounds mechanical?
Yep.
So we gotta go check that out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. So we were estimating what, like 8 hours to clean.
That's to get out through the filter. But you don't know that's just the filtering system.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've been keeping right now. We have to. The task to get this ship functional is clean the air scrubbers, which is going to take a shift,
Yep.
and recoupling all those links for the engine, all the engine links, which is 3 days.
That's
We need
3
to find
days.
the source
Which
of the
has to
clanging,
be-
though. That's pressing.
That's going to add another task for our to-do list.
No, this was already
on.
on the to-do list.
No. I mean like
Captain.
of like how we fix it. That's what they're doing right now.
How we-
Everybody make me an air roll, please. Except for Davis, because Davis took off her helmet. Davis, and you begin to smell smoke. You're smelling smoke everywhere. Uh-huh. Yep.
Must be a side effect.
Jesus.
Air is running out.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay. All right. So we need to clean the air scrubbers, which means we have to get. This is me, Lapika, clarifying. In order to clean the air scrubbers, we have to get to that door on the other side of the stairwell and get to the air scrubber shaft. Correct?
Bingo.
All right. And in addition, we need to go floor by floor and clean all the filters.
Bingo.
Each one of which, each like stairwell, will take about 8 hours to clean.
No, total to get them all, but you still
Total.
but you know that you've
Okay.
got stuff up on the second
Got
and first level too, also that you're gonna have to deal with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But first
Yeah.
thing we got to do is we got to get to that air scrubber shaft, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Just walk across, crunch, 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 crunch.
This is gross.
Yeah, and you just go, and there's the door there that you can basically with a little. It's not electronic, but it has this opening. A slide. You can throw a couple. The handle, pull it out, twist it, and it will slide and go, so that you basically are looking, you could see into it. It's human shape size, but you won't be able to go through the door with your suit on. But you can look down into the scrubber area if you would like to.
And if we look, what do we see?
What do you see?
Should looking like a move.
Yeah, immediately the shaft is very dark, except when you put your light in, you can see that there's condensation and it's dripping. The ice is dripping because the whole shaft is full of this frost. You even see it's thicker in here. And you look down, and you can see that some of the pounding noise and all that is the rods trying to push up. The water is frozen, and the rods are pushing and resetting. Bam! They're basically trying to push up to get into a position to operate and to zap the water, but they can't because of the ice. And they're basically they would push for a while, then reset, bam, and then push up, bam, and the hydraulics in them and all that would disengage, and they would drop back down like a sledgehammer hitting the bottom floor area. And so normally, that these things would be submerged half in and out of the water, and basically the electrolysis would basically fire through it and separate the hydrogen and oxygen, and which would make the air. And this room also, when it's functioning right, would look like a Tesla coil type do. When it's firing, you would see there'd be electronic lightning bolts and electricity flying through the rubber shaft as those rods are firing in the room and all that. And so you damn well know that when you fire this up, you better be moving it, because you could actually get a zinger. You might get a little taste of electricity. So, but you're going to have to get in there to melt
We got to
the water.
melt the ice.
Yes.
We got to melt the ice.
We
we have
only
to
had
get
something
close.
that melted ice. So.
Well, this is my how far down is that ice that we need to melt? And if we were to use
15,
like
10,
say
15 feet.
if we were to use say, I don't know, a flamethrower,
Yeah.
would it damage the equipment?
Yeah, are they rods like in Chernobyl where it's a carbon tip and the fire would make a difference?
Yeah, the fire would make the difference for the ice.
Not for the rods. It wouldn't break
probably.
the mechanism.
No, I
Probably.
don't think so. But no one's ever done it before either. So this is
Fair
kind
enough.
of new territory.
What do you
But
think,
yeah,
Bri?
What do you think?
I mean, I could use a little stress relief. Can I use the flamethrower?
You want to do it?
Yeah,
Is there
can I?
enough air in here that I could light a cigarette? All right. Well,
Yeah, can I use the flamethrower?
want to tell the
That's what you wanted
captain
to-
about it, or should we just do it?
Yeah, do we need to like swap things or
No.
okay.
you just
I
want
mean, I could
you just want
I
to.
could use some stress relief.
Right. Well,
Been a very-
the
It's
flamethrower
been a very
to
odd
Sandy.
day.
Are you going to?
Looking at the display for the air, is there enough in here that we still need the suits to
Oh,
breathe?
it's showing you that the
Miller-
atmosphere is there.
Miller
Go.
did say for everyone to keep their suits on.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, also we don't know
He
about
sure
this
did.
mold. It could be really
Right.
toxic,
You
so
will
I guess-
check your suits though, in just the thought, and you can see that the air is breathable, that the atmosphere is here.
All
Well, I
right,
guess
It's,
we're
but
running out of air.
it's poor condition, but it is survivable.
all right, but if we're gonna use this flamethrower, we should keep the suits on because it'll get a little dicey with the air.
All right. Well,
Um,
knock yourself out.
Don't knock yourself out.
Thank you. All right, so Cham takes the flamethrower and she fingers a little the little rosary that she keeps in her pocket, just very briefly, and she takes aim down
Hang
at the
on a
ice.
second.
Just,
Wait.
uh-oh.
Hang on a second. She also well, I guess she can't take it out, but she puts her hand over a spot in the suit and says, "Yeah, I just look at a picture of him, but I can't right now. I know it's there. Anyhow, go ahead."
Aww.
All right. So she takes aim at the ice and very, very lightly pulls the trigger back on the flamethrower.
Once again, thinking that they can use this like a scalpel, making a small incision, pulls that trigger,
Listen,
and whoosh.
We have, we got to use the tools we got.
You do, but you're trying to go, you know, and just maybe a little tap on it, but it just boom, and hits
for
that.
Just like a half a second's worth of flame.
Yeah, you pop it, and you have to pull back because the flames come back at you. Okay, because they're going to come out, and they also go up, and you see that it forms some of the water, but it's fairly thick. You're going to have to pop it a couple more times. But knowing this, that you will use it, that you will have, if you pop it and finish up melting the ice, you will have used all but one charge left of the flamethrower. You'll have one burst left in it.
How many bursts are left right now?
We'll say there's 3.
All right, so we know we're gonna need one burst to clear stairwell
2 more
B.
bursts.
We need a burst for stairwell B and a burst for stairwell A, because we know that worked.
Correct.
So that means we have one burst left, and then we gotta chisel the rest away.
What other
or something.
kind of weapon are you packing?
I have a cutting torch, which is a tiny flame.
That's a laser flamer type deal. This would be You're taking.
Of course, they have
it would
all the
take
heavy
longer.
hardware.
You would run out. The cutting torch won't melt all of this. No.
It won't melt all of it, but what if we were to do one more pulse on the flamethrower, save the other 2 for the stairwells, and then I climb down and do the rest with the
Someone's going to have to get in there. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Well,
Plan.
well, we're not on comms, right? You're not saying anything.
We're not on comms.
No.
We get on comms and relay up to you
Just
what
making
we're thinking.
You're okay making some executive decisions, Cham?
No, I was gonna say, if this is, what do you think of that plan? And then we relay up to Miller.
I can't think of anything else. So
Yeah.
Miller will say, so the ice should melt though if I don't know if anyone has to get in there.
We're not sure it'll fully melt. I mean, we'll check in after the next blast.
The
But if it doesn't,
Let's hit it one more time. I don't want anyone in tight quarters just yet. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see if it'll melt. And we're on our way to the bridge.
all right.
Game Mother, are the rods, because it's partly melted, are the rods doing any damage to the eye? I mean, is it breaking it up? No.
Okay. So then,
So
Rye, should we hit it again?
I think we have to, right?
Would you like to do the honors? It certainly
gonna
made
say,
me feel better.
Miller's gonna say, I want you to hit the ice one more time, then we'll see if it melts. Start cleaning. After that, I want you to start cleaning the filters. But how do you think we could just light the stairwells up without using the flamethrower? Can we torch it manually?
Do we have another source of flame?
Well, you've got that cutter. I mean, is there something we can light on fire and just?
I
don't want to use any resources we don't have. Isn't there a cargo office on that floor?
There's cargo bays.
There are cargo bays and all that are down below on the bottom level.
No. There's a cargo office on deck C.
Oh, there is. You're right. Yep, there is.
Cargo
Correct.
office. Yeah.
He's right. He's right.
I say hit the ice with the flamethrower one more time. But if there's something we can use to clear out those other rooms, it's not the flamethrower. Let's preference that. But it'll be your call, okay?
Copy.
Stay safe down there.
I don't know I don't know if using the flamethrower was enough to remove a stress point, but it certainly made me feel better.
I'll allow it to remove a stress point for you. Why not?
Much.
There you go. I got the flame at you because you basically both of y'all could take off his poison. So basically, because you saw it kill, you saw it kind of killing the mold, and all. I go, oh, wow, that worked.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was gonna let Ryan take this one. Certainly made me feel better. Give it a you do one.
Hold that train of thought while they're pondering what to do. Davis, we're back to you. What are you doing?
Okay. Let's. So, can I take more than one of these to relieve another stress point? Does that work?
Sure, Davis. Sure.
Right. Okay, I pop another one. I start like munching on this one like a Tic Tac, and I'm gonna look. I'm actually gonna like feeling a lot better now. Like I'm starting to kind of like the Chronos, and I like kind of skip over a bit to check, and I want to look through the windows, see if I can see what's in the med pods room.
Okay. You look in there, and they're a disaster too. One of them, you think it looks like the glass, kind of the top of the pod where the door would open up, it would be a glass viewing area. It looks like it is shattered, and it's dark. It normally would be a nice bright, clean environment. There's nothing clean about this pod at all. And the other one is behind it. You can't quite see it. It is out of the view of the door from where you're at. You would have to, you would have to open it up to see. You could go to the next door from where you're at. You could open the door to go to the next one to see more into that pod room if you needed to.
Sure, I'll do that. And we have the lights on top of our suits, right?
And the lights are all on in the room.
Great.
Yeah, the ship's powered up. Yeah. There.
Then I'll go and take a closer look and look through this window or glass.
So one of them is definitely shattered, wide open, and it's bloodied. You can see that it's red, gunk. Material is all in it, and the glass has burst outwards, not inwards. There's glass all over the ground. This other one is the glass is completely covered with a brown something is brownish color looking. You can't see anything inside it from your viewpoint, from where you're at.
Yeah. Cap, I don't want to be violating anyone's HIPAA laws or anything in this medpod room, but looks like we got two people have made quite a mess in here. Looks like a blood explosion from the inside out there, and then other medpods covered in some brown gook. You want me to investigate? I'm happy to.
Sure, stay on comms. We're headed to the bridge, although I figured you want to take a look at this ship's piloting system.
Oh yeah, sure, but this looks pretty cool now, and
All right, we'll come take a look with you, and we'll head up to the bridge together.
All right, let's race there, and I'm gonna go in.
You're gonna go into the bed pod. Okay, so Miller and y'all can start walking your way to whatever.
I feel like we're like maybe close to the med lab at this point.
Yeah, you could be the med lab, sure. You were gonna open up, so you open in, and the one is bloodied goop. It is non-usable, functional anymore, the first med pod. The second one, it's active. I mean, it's on. You can see that it's, there's power to it, but you can't, something's coated the inside of the unit. You would have to open it up to see inside. Davis.
You don't see Davis in the room.
Oh, Davis is running to the bridge?
Oh, Davis ran to the bridge?
No.
Oh.
You guys are in the med lab room now, right?
Yeah.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Davis, are you already on your way to the bridge? Davis?
I get on the comms too. Davis?
Space
thought you were
Beast,
feeling-
gotcha! Davis jumps out from...
God damn it, Davis.
You both can have a point of stress for that.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was actually gonna...
You're welcome.
I
You're
feel
welcome.
better, though.
You can take a point of stress off there, Davis, for doing that.
Oh, man, you should have seen the
I
look
side
on your
punched
faces there.
Davis in the arm harder than is polite.
You two will also notice that he doesn't have his helmet on, or she doesn't have her helmet on.
Feels good to finally breathe, eh?
Davis, what did I say about whatever the suits we're wearing are called? What did I say? What did I say about
Spacesuits?
Keeping your suit on.
Right, the compressions, yeah. I wasn't able to get a good look with the thing on, but she puts her helmet
Probably
back on.
because of the vomit that was on the inside of it.
Yeah, that was definitely a factor, for sure. Yeah, for
And
sure.
she hadn't cleaned it off either, so she said she just put her helmet on, so it just kind of dripped down on, dripped down on her face.
It's like dribbling down, but she's still like smiling and her eyes are glowing. She seems to not notice at all.
Yeah, y'all notice her pupils are fully dilated, wide open.
Isn't this crazy? This is like one of them space adventures you read about in the books.
Yeah,
now,
let's
you
open
two also notice that the pot, there's two big specimen jars there, sitting there.
Oh, what's in the specimen jars?
Those are the big fungal eggs, nodes, that you saw that were growing in the shaft areas and all that. And then there's also one of the on the desk is one of the urns that y'all saw in the other room, and it is open.
I look inside the open urn.
There are 4 glass vials in them. One is broke and emptied. Other 3 are intact and have some kind of black liquid in them.
Can I pocket those?
Sure.
Thanks.
Sure. I will.
What was that?
Oh, it might be nothing, might be something. Figure better to have it.
All right, let's just keep inventory of everything we find so we can report it to Wayland Yutani correctly.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here. I'm so glad you're on top of that.
I put it in your gear.
Dude.
Okay. So.
Well, it's cold in here, eh? Turn the AC on?
It's actually cooling off a little bit. Actually, it's heating up. Sorry. So I'm sorry. You're talking. Okay, never mind. I totally went right. Totally missed that one. Sorry. Not paying attention there. I'll shut up now. Okay.
Is there some sort of these? You said there are these. So we've been in the med pod room, right?
No, you two.
No, I
but Davis has been.
Waited.
But Davis told us that. So is there like a is there like any sort of comm or like console that like has the information for the pod?
Yep. Oh yeah.
I'd like to access that.
Yep. It's actually booted up, and actually, you're going to notice that the terminal and all that though was waiting for authorizations to access and get Mother activated and all that is actually activated. That prompt that was on all the panels and all that, after the boot up that y'all were waiting for, it has been activated and accessed, meaning that Mother has been activated somehow.
I still have the emergency key card on my person
to get into Mother herself and all that, and activate console. But Miller would know. Somebody's activated Mother.
Was that you?
No. Hey, everybody, comm check real quick. Everyone accounted for?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right here.
Keep your eyes about you. Mother's been turned on somehow.
What?
Cham, Rye, keep doing what you're doing. Wilson, Davis, we're going to the bridge now.
You didn't check the med pods, or you wanted to just check that while you're doing it?
I wanted to, but this is the moment I see this. Was there obvious information on the med pod that I would have seen? Because I did check the console.
Well, you checked it. What you've seen so far is that Mother's activated and the data systems are churning now. You can start keying command. You're either going to go, or you'd have to sit there and start kind of looking through the records for what you're wanting to see. One or the other. It's going to take a few minutes or so.
This will still be here. We're going to the bridge.
Yeah.
Game Mother, as a Wayland Yutani rep, I would know the places I could activate Mother from, right? Even though the ship's old.
Bridge and Mother.
Right. Okay.
We're going to the bridge.
We're going to the bridge.
Davis, get that harpoon gun ready.
All set. I'm swinging it on my back while we're headed there.
And
Davis,
keep it aimed in the right direction, please.
Oh, sorry.
No, I lean into Miller and I'm like,
Thought I saw a fly.
are we sure she should have that right now? She seems like she's flying and not a spaceship.
I think
She's the
she
best
should.
flyer I know. We're going. And
Sorry, go ahead.
no, Miller's on her way to the bridge.
When we're all headed there, Davis buddies up to Wilson a little bit and is like, "Hey, Wilson, you know, like in those space texts that you read about, those kind of like when synthetics gone wrong and everything, like all those vids and stuff. You ever heard of like a mother activating herself there?
I haven't.
But like, could it happen?"
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, kind of makes you wonder.
It does. Let's go to the bridge.
Yeah, we're headed to the bridge.
Y'all can start moving in that direction.
Power rock,
Okay.
power rock.
Yeah,
So
y'all's-
I feel we have not been. These were the doors we got. So we've been in this living area.
We
No.
haven't.
No.
We have
No,
not
we
been in
haven't.
this area.
No. Up,
No,
you're
we
up one
stopped-
level. Up one level.
Right. We went south up one level. Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, you move through the living areas where the crew stuff would all be.
Hey, GM.
Yep.
Out of curiosity, is there a way? I'm sure it'd be on your end. Is there a way to like mark or put some sort of indication on the rooms that we have been in?
You would have to do that yourself. You could
Okay.
draw on
Never mind
whatever. Yeah. There's not. Yeah.
Okay.
So y'all move up through the living area, and you move up. Trying to think how I'm going to do this.
Love that.
Well,
I'm sure it'll
I
be
will say,
simple.
actually, if Rye and Cham were moving up to keep clearing, they would be entering the second floor.
Well, we actually, where we left off was we had hit the shaft with one other beat, right?
I was getting ready to cover it
with
here
the
in a
flame
second.
burrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you had told us if it didn't work, go to the office.
Oh, right.
Try to get
Thank
something
you.
else.
Yeah. I'm glad someone was listening.
I wrote it down.
You actually are going to
Right. We haven't been in this corridor. We've been
No,
to the armory, but we didn't go south.
I know I'm looking at something. I'm trying to determine something right now. So yeah, you're going to be moving. There's no way they could. All right, well, it's going to be here's what's happening. It's got to read it a little bit. So yeah, y'all move out of the med lab and you're moving through the living quarters area, and you're coming into this area now. And what's going to happen is that as you move or open the door and are moving into the hallway, the door right there to your north opens up in front of you, and you're going to see some people standing there. And they're in their skivvies. There's a man. There is a smaller man. He's probably 6 feet tallish, a little bit of a beard on him. Standing right next to him, right off to his side, they were moving into the doorway unexpectedly. They were not expecting to see you there. Is probably a 5'1", 5'2" black woman, kind of beefy, stocky. She's got muscle. There's a young gentleman behind them, and standing next to an elder-looking gentleman with glasses on his face, and then just right behind them is a woman, blonde hair, and they stop. You're moving through the doorway. They're coming into the hallway from the north, and everybody just kind of freezes right there when y'all are looking at him. And the black woman, who the fuck are you? What are you doing in our ship? I mean, she is, just belts out really loud, saying F-bomb, and starts kind of moving towards you like she's going to do something about you. Who the F are you, and why are you on our ship?
Miller will draw her pistol and say,
Yep.
This is Captain Vanessa Miller of the Montero. We're here on a rescue mission. Who are you?
Wilson also raises his shotgun and yeah.
Well, I can make you big man, big woman, huh? Yeah.
Davis raises the harpoon gun. Quivering under its weight.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That woman messed up. The man that was next to the more demure, the black woman, he basically puts a hand on her, and where I thought I had them prepped to go. I did not. I suck at this. Where are my... Yeah, but I need to put I thought I had their character sheets ready to go, and I did not. So, we're going to pull there's Flynn, who is the medic. You don't know their names yet. I will introduce them here in a second. Clayton.
And Cham and Rye we're not on comms with y'all, so we don't know what's happening.
That's true.
Right.
Not
Yes, no,
yet.
Not
Okay,
yet.
Great.
Okay. John, and where is she? And Reed. Okay. All right. Yeah. And so this man, he just basically puts up and grabs her by the shoulder as she was coming toward y'all, and she didn't look like she didn't give a damn y'all had weapons or not. And you will see that she's got some military tattoos on her arm and all that. And he stops her, and he says, "Reed, chill a second." And he's you can see that they're still kind of wobbly. They are in their skivvies, which would be what they would be wearing if you would recognize it if they would have been asleep.
Yeah, in the cryopod.
Are you the crew of the Montero? Are you the crew of the Chronos?
Chronos. He steps up and he kind of steps around, and he says, "At ease for a moment, Reed." And he says, "We're what's left of the Chronos. Johns, what is his first name? Really, they just gave me Albert Johns. I'm kind of the de facto captain of this ship. Who are y'all, and where are we? What the hell's going on? I feel like I've been asleep forever."
This ship went missing 75 years ago. We're your rescue.
You hear them all just a collective.
Yeah.
What? No way. The woman goes, "He's lying. He just wants to try to scuttle our ship. Fuck him, man. Let me find my gun."
We
I'll
are
show you how
not
to
here
use
to
that damn-
scuttle your ship. Can you please identify what you were before you were the de facto captain? Who am I speaking to?
Albert Johns here. I'm the captain of this ship. But which, you know, I was in command before our captain died. And then you'll see, and then
Where's it you?
What you'll, so when you say that, the woman that's in the back, she'll come walking around, and she goes, "You're just Johns, you can't ever speak a complete damn sentence still." And this woman looks at you, and she's looking at Wilson, and she kind of say, "You corporate, aren't you? You wait, UWI?"
Guilty as charged, and who are you?
Damn glad to meet somebody of sense here. Lori Clayton's my name. I'm WY's liaison agent here for the ship. It is finding.
Are there any members of the science team among you?
So then she kind of looks back to. She's talking about you, Cooper. And you'll see an elder gentleman. He's kind of leaning up against this younger man, and he's got some, he's got his glasses on. He's looking worse for the wear, for being in cryosleep for long. And he basically name's Daniel. I'm left one of the chief scientists here on the ship. Can we get some clothes on? I'm really cold. I need to put some clothes on.
Can you say everybody's name one more time?
Yeah.
Say what now?
Can you say the 4 Chronos?
There's 5 people here.
Can you say their names one more time?
So I could. Well, I'll put them in the party sheet. I mean, in the tracker here in a second. So their names will be there for you. So
okay.
and basically give them a little bit. But basically, you've heard that there's basically captain's name of Johns. What's kind of Albert Johns. There is a Wayland Yutani rep by the name of Clayton that is here. Where did her sheet go? Don't tell me I just closed. You're an idiot. Did I really close it out? I have a way of clicking on things and closing them out like a dummy. Clayton, where are you at? Yeah, Lori was it. Yeah, Lori Clayton.
Miller will have activated her comm just so that Cham and Rye are hearing this as well.
Yeah.
And will have said,
So
found survivors.
Yeah, and Cooper, who's a scientist and all that, he was leaning up against Flynn and all that. He basically kind of collapses against the wall, and Flynn reaches down. Well, the boy, you don't know his name yet, but Johns will tell me, and that's Liam Flynn. He's our kind of it was a med doctor. Kind of a junior scientist here, but kind of helped take over medical operations since there's nobody else here qualified for it. And he's kind of reaching down, looking over Cooper, and goes, "You need something to eat too," and we all do.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the hierarchy? I'm assuming that there's a weird hierarchy between Wilson and Miller in the sense that Miller is the captain of the ship and therefore the de facto leader, but Wilson, being a corporate agent, it is theoretically representing my boss, and therefore that's an awkward situation. But in terms of Wayland Yutani, in terms of the fact that we were sent here on a rescue and salvage mission, does that make, even if there was a captain of this ship, does
actual captain beat de facto captain?
Am I acting captain?
Negatory.
Do I have any? I have no
No.
ability to order these people around.
No. Well, you could try. There's always a try and all that, but you.
But it's not like because we've been sent on a rescue mission to their ship that we take priority.
They know nothing about that. Yeah. So that's for you to. That's the dynamic you would have to determine and figure out.
I wanted to see if there was any corporate backing to
Well, yeah, Clayton's already moved up and was shaking Wilson's hands and going, it's finally, good to meet somebody that's got a brain around here and has got, some sense. But they all look worse for the wear. Very pale.
I will say, Johns, was it you who activated Mother?
Yeah, so you will know then in our setup and all that, when the cryo tubes went basically deactivated and all that, Mother, his biometrics and all that would have, when he woke up and came out of the tube and all that, would have activated Mother. Basically, Mother would say that he's alive, would basically correspond and activate to him and respond to him.
Right.
Yeah, and there would be a console in the cryo area. Yeah, and the exam. Well, you didn't know that, but in the exam room, actually no, it's in the cryo area. Would be a quick console, and he's got you'll see actually around his neck is a key, card key.
I will say, listen, it sounds like you all need some clothing and food. We've got a lot to discuss.
I would agree. You're staying in their living quarters area, and they will say, if you will let us, we can get some. Reed's going, let me get some fucking clothes on. Excuse my French.
Put your clothes on. Let's meet in the mess hall in 5 minutes. All right, everyone.
Cham is going to radio up to Miller and say, Captain, do you need backup?
We're going to have everybody meet in the mess hall. Why don't you come up?
Clayton will turn around and she'll go, Wilson, follow me. And she goes, I've got my corporate suites right here. Wilson, why don't you not catch up? Why don't you come with me and we'll chat?
I was going to suggest the very thing.
Okay. Yep. And she walks up and I'm sorry. Okay. So Wilson and Clayton take off. The other ones are kind of going into their living quarters here.
That seems good.
Yeah. What about Miller and Davis? What are y'all doing? They're Reed's kind of watching y'all, is the last one to move before, relinquishing control somewhat, so to be, to go into their quarter areas and get
Reed is the one with the Space Marine tats.
Yeah. She's a small, very much military type. You can tell. Buzzed haircut, tattoos on her arms. They've got Colonial Marines insignia all over them. Yeah.
You're a
camouflage briefs and bra.
Wow, she's committed. I love it. Davis has so much
okay.
respect for her. You're a Marine there?
Damn right. Only way in life to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I got a lot of respect for what you all do. I tried out there for wanted to be a pilot in the Corps.
The hell are you on, boy?
Girl?
Oh, girl. That's right. Sorry.
Excuse me.
So. Sorry,
although
Davis
does have a somewhat androgynous look because they do not have any hair or eyebrows.
Oh.
True.
When she says that, just the air and everything getting turned back on and everything. Well, Cap, at least now we know what was moving around upstairs, right?
Sure hope so.
Yeah, and she's like going, "What the smoke is still here, man." That I would have thought, they said, "Well, it was that fire didn't at least kill us." They're kind of mumbling. They're all, they kind of go into their quarter areas, and actually, Reed's got some MREs, kind of sitting there and kind of munching on something, and actually. Gets dressed quickly and brings some out to the crew, the rest of the crew.
So yeah, I had said for everyone to, because there's that mess hall.
Let's see, where's our mess
just
hall?
On the across from the corporate streets, right, just on the other side, right north.
Oh, there is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all can make your way there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miller is making sure that everyone goes.
Hey, Captain, Captain, we're on our way to you, but you want me to hit this again?
Yeah, hit that stairwell on your way up.
So you're going to use one
stairwell
more.
The stairwell or the scrubber?
We'll cover that real quick. Sorry, I don't want to leave y'all are hanging out there. So y'all going to hit the ice one more time with the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Okay. It does some more damage to the ice, but it looks, it's still needing, you're still going to need to get in there to we
have 2 bursts.
2 bursts
left.
left.
2 bursts left. Yeah, that's right. For what you need for B level and A level of the shaft. But someone's going to have to get in there with some type of hammer, crowbar, whatever that can kind of break up the rest of the water. I mean, the ice.
Miller will have belayed your orders and said, "Come up through C1 and meet in the mess hall. We found survivors."
Well, your air system is in dire need of work there, Miller. So, just so you know, you're still.
Well, I thought you said the air was just slowly.
It's slowly breathing, but yeah, you got smoke. So if that's fine. If you're just want to mess with the bio, what's I'm looking for.
But it's their ship, right? So they might know a better way to handle that. If we can.
It's like it was going to take 8 hours for us to clean these filters. We're about
yes,
minute
that's
conversation.
Right. Yeah, so it's fine. It's fine. No, that's what Miller wants to do. So that's fine. So y'all basically, they kind of get dressed. Y'all are moving toward the mess hall, and then Cham and Rye are have flamed.
We're not going to go up to but we're not going up the stairwell that we're in. We're going to cross over to the junction, the C1 junction, because we know that one's safe.
Yep. Okay. And then go up to B level. And let's pull y'all off that map.
Also, my B level map has frozen my entire fantasy ground, so I can't.
We're at our holding spot right here. So what we've got,
perfect timing.
Yeah. So where everybody's I'll leave y'all with the big mess here. So y'all are doing that. Y'all are moving to the mess hall. The crew's going to move to the mess hall. It looks like a pack of rabid raccoons have just totally demolished everything that's in this mess hall. Most of everything is rotten or covered with true mold, and other things have just been kind of tossed out in piles and pulled out of the shelf areas. There's nothing edible in this room. The only other thing that catches your attention is on one of the tables are some origami animals that have been made out of metallic paper. Small, there's 4 or 5 of them kind of looking at each other. They're all seated on.
Fury Blade Runner.
Yeah, you said it wasn't the same universe.
There you go. Hey, and they're sitting there out of all the mess. The table's been kind of cleared off, and these 4. There's a giraffe and a rhino, and a lion, and a crane. Isn't it a swan or a crane? It's a crane, isn't it? That was left on the floor. Yeah, crane. Yep. And so they're on the floor, so there's no food, nothing edible at all. And so luckily Reed had some MREs that they're ravaging, and they're kind of dressed, they're moving, and John says, we need to get to the bridge. I need more info. And that's his concern.
Where are you coming from? I thought you were at the bridge.
No, they came down. They came
from the. I see. They came from
cryopods.
Cryopods and just went went down Junction 1.
Actually, they took an elevator. So they took
Right.
So actually, I should have had him coming out of the elevator instead of the doorway. So my bad. So I'll ret that real quick. But the point was I needed you guys to meet him now, and that's where we're at. But John's basically saying that there's nothing there. I need to see the status of our ship and get an update. I would like, let's meet there so we know where we're at and what needs to be happening next. And Reed goes, that's probably the first sensible thing you've ever said, John. So he's going, no, just shut up. Okay, I don't need your lip right now. And the other ones don't say much, follow you. And then we have Wilson and Clayton, who are in the corporate suite. while Clayton's getting dressed and giving some Wilson and all. We'll cover that later too. So that is where we're going to hold for the night.
Have Cham and Rye met up with?
Y'all would meet up on the way.
Group?
So basically, so Miller would tell you. So Miller, we can read it just basically saying y'all went to the mess hall and Johns is basically moving on with the crew and they're headed up to the bridge. And Miller could have said meet us at the bridge.
All right. Yeah.
Unless you're going to flame out the rest of the pods. So.
No.
Well, we didn't come up that stairwell, so.
You're going up to Junction A stairwell, the one stairwell.
Yeah.
The C.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. So that's where we'll hold here.
Well, we survived another session, and we've got
a
plethora of new PCs, a plethora of new PCs to play when next session goes down.
Truly thought that was it for us. Damn.
I'm so glad that we have them, because now we can be like, you guys go down and start picking at that ice. Also, go outside the ship and fix those 4 engine pods.
Like in Shaun of the Dead, where they walk past the corresponding members of the party. Oh, there's the Weyland-Yutani rep. There's the captain. There's the okay.
Yes.
But also, like, notable that none of them are engineers or roughnecks. None of them are from mechanical. So, like,
no, they're not. They're not. So,
great.
There will be more info and stuff to divulge next Monday. So we will leave him there. Good job as always to
Thank
the cast.
You. Fun sesh.
Fun sesh. Yep.
We'll call it here since we're just a few minutes over, and we'll pick back up here next Monday at 7:30, folks. So everybody, thanks for watching, and we will catch y'all later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.